Y'all gotta be quiet though.
We live?
Khan.
Oh, Khan, Salaki. Shalom, Yasha Allah. Brother Mapatat. Right?
Shalom, man.
Khan. Yabashim Yahushai Barakatah, your boy Dan Allah.
Khan.
Here with another.
I don't know what brother's titled the video, but we about to go into some prophecy, man, right? Called Jacob's Trouble. And Jacob's Trouble it's kind of around the corner, man, right? It's not too far off. We got to spiritually, mentally, and physically prepare for this thing, man, right? But on a deeper level, we should definitely be spiritually prepared for this thing, man, right? And I'm about to get a quick precept to start it off. Well, before we go into it, I want to say, Kyle, like Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, right? That'll be all praise to the Most High God. Yahweh in the name of his only begotten son, who the world will ignorantly call Jesus Christ. So we know him as Yahweh Shai in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, right? And I'm gonna bring this up in 2nd Ezra 15, right? So this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 1, and it reads, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy," right? And we know the people of the Lord is Israel, man, us, man, right? So we got to speak in the ears of our brothers and sisters of Yasha Allah the words of prophecy, right? And it says, "Which I will put in thy mouth," said the Lord, man. And all we doing is speaking, "Thus said the Lord," right? Prophesying to our people, letting them know what's going to be coming to pass in these last days. Right? And I got one more too. I think it's a Habakkuk. So this book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 3, and it reads, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time." So all of our forefathers, the prophets, man, they were having all type of visions of what's going to come to pass in the last days, man. Like, it was set for an appointed time, man. Right? And through the spirit, us in Israel, we understand that Jacob's trouble is right around the corner, man. Right? And it says, "Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it," man. That's what we trying to do through the spirit, is make it plain upon tables, man. Right? You got it, King.
Khan. I got a preset this 2 Timothy 3 and verse 1, and it reads, This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. All right, so we letting our people know how, by blowing the horn, man. All right, making live streams, going out teaching, letting our people know that perilous times is on the rise. All right, and the Most High is getting ready to turn the temperature up, man, in these last days. And the word perilous, right, it means dangerous. All right, so we gotta buckle down, man, right? Because America's not going back to old America. It's not gonna get easier. It's just gonna keep waxing harder and getting worse, man. Right? So I'm gonna go to the book of Jeremiah chapter 30. Right?
Come on.
Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7, and it reads, "Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." So none of the days that's about to come upon this place is going to be like none before. All right, it's going to be worse than slavery. It's going to be worse than 70 AD of our fall. All right, it's going to be worse than Roman persecution. It's about to get super turned up in these last days, man. All right. It says, right, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Right. So these people, they're going to find all kind of ways to cause hell and chaos, man. They building up a case now, right, to take down the children of Israel. They know we out there wearing the fringes. They know we out there teaching, and guess what? The Most High is controlling them, and he's getting ready to start inside of his house first, right? You got it, Al.
Khan, I'm about to bring out a precept to lay me back off what you just bringing up. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse number. I'm gonna get straight to the point. I'm gonna get verse number 21. And this red letter, this Yahushua, it says, "For then shall be great tribulation," right? And it's talking about that time of Jacob's trouble in the spirit, right? It's going to be great tribulation, man, right? And it says, "Such as was not since the beginning of the world," right? So like you was just bringing out, man, it's going to be something like we've never seen, right? We watch all of these apocalypse movies, man, right? We see people turning the corners and seeing thousands of bodies on the ground. People, men eating other men, right? Women eating their kids, man. But we can never fathom these things, man, right? We can never really sit here and try to meditate on these things and really fathom what's going to happen in the last days, right? All we can do is kind of imagine through the spirit from what we read, man, right? But just really imagine that, right? You might you're gonna have brothers and sisters getting so hungry that they're gonna be trying to boil their kids, right? People can imagine really going through a real famine, right? And I'm gonna read this again real quick, and then I'm gonna bring that out. This is Matthew 24 and verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, right? A great time of trouble, such as was not since the beginning of the world, right? So it's going to be like we had the Holocaust, we had slavery when our forefathers and foremothers were stacked up on each other, with all type of diseases on the bottom of a damn slave ship, and the Lord said it's going to be worse than that, man. Right, and it says, beginning of the world to this time, Lord ever shall be, and the Lord said it's never going to be a time that bad, man. Right, and just to let me touch on what I was just saying about a famine, right? It's a counsel in the scriptures about sisters eating their kids, man. Right, and I like to go to this one a lot when you deal with Jacob's trouble, because this gives Jake like something to really think about, man. Like it's really like a real visual in your mind, man. Like damn, they was eating their kids when a famine happened.
Come on.
So, this is the book of 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse 24, and it reads, and it came to pass after this that Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up and besieged Samaria. Right? And it says, and that's the same thing that's going to happen in these last days in Jacob's trouble. The so-called white men are going to come upon those that keep the commandments with great insurrection. Right? Pursuing the 2nd Ezra 16. Right? So it says, and there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver. Right? And that's the same thing we seeing happen. It's becoming a lack of food, so now food is the price is going up, right? And it says, so we're reading about inflation in the Bible, right? And it says, and the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. So they was buying dove shit for 5 pieces of silver, right? So they were kind of paying a good price just to buy dove shit. That's how hungry we were in that day, man. Right? Imagine that, man. You paying for damn bird shit, man. Right? Imagine that. That's how much the lack of food it is, man. That's how the Lord get down. Right? And it says, and as the king of it, I'm gonna get to the point, right? I'm gonna jump to verse 28, and it says, and the king said unto her, what aileth thee? Right? So you had this woman crying out to the king, right? And it says, and she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat him today. So you have sisters making bargains with one another. Hey, give us your son so we can eat him today, right? And it says, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So she made a deal with this sister. Hey, today we're going to eat your son, and tomorrow we're going to eat my son. You understand? That's how they was getting down when the famine came, right? And it says, so we boiled my son. So you had the sister actually agree to it and boil her son and did eat him. I said unto her on the next day, give thy son. So now she kind of like, hey, give up your son, man. We ate my son, give up your son, right? But check this out. It says that we may eat him. And she have hid her son. So that's a heavy point, because there's not going to be no love in that day, man. She kind of finessed it, right? They was living in hard times. She finessed it. That was probably her best friend. That's probably why she made the deal with her. They probably could have been friends before this famine happened. But now, she kind of got down on her, man. Right? So yeah, man, you had a sister kind of they eating their kids.
Calm, man.
You got it, King.
Hey, that's a good example, man. And we see that that's what it's leading up to right now. If you look into the stores and all that, there's barely food on the shelves, man. Right? So I got a precept real quick. This is second Salakia. This is Ecclesiastes, right? Chapter 12, verse 3. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, right? Meaning who? The women. They're gonna tremble, right? When that famine kick off, man. All right, which ultimately gonna lead into Jacob's trouble. It says, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and they gonna take the jab. They gonna do exactly what their oppressors tell them to do, man. Right? And the grinders cease because they are few. And the grinders gonna cease, meaning what? Your 9-to-5 working jobs All right, people out here that's doing everything they gotta do to keep up with their household, they no longer gonna go to work because there's gonna be no employment, man, right? Because these businesses now they're losing stock, and if there's no product, there's no business, man, right? It says, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of their windows be darkened. So those that wake up, every day, kind of wind their windows up. Oh, it's a bright day in America. It's a beautiful day to be living in America. Their windows are going to be darkened. They're going to see that it's no longer to be trusted. They're going to see that ain't no more hope in this place. They're not going to be going to sleep, waking up to go to work no more, right? To go sit in their office, get on their computer and look pretty with their nice suit on. Those days are over, man, right? So go to Jeremiah chapter 32, verse 9. This is Jeremiah chapter 32, verse 9. Right? I'm going to start at verse 10. Many days and years shall ye be troubled. So Jacob's trouble, man. All right. Salakia, that famine, which going to lead up to Jacob's trouble, that's going to be the days that were troubled. But ultimately, Jacob's trouble going to put us in a upward. But it's going to be many days and years. It's not going to just happen for 30 days. It's going to jump off for a long time, man. Right? It says... Salakia. It says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the avenger shall fall. All right. The gathering shall not come. So it's talking about your social services, man. Right? Your government, everything that you lean on, all of those things are gonna fall. And it's happening right now. Right? These small businesses, they already damn near out the way, man. Right? They got to wait for damn stimulus packages, man. So the economy is collapsing right before our eyes. Famine is starting to kick off. Who knows what America going to be, where America going to be in the summertime, man? What's ultimately going to lead up to Jacob's trouble, right? You got it.
Con, man, that's a mighty point, man. Right, I'm about to, just to let me back off of that. I'm about to go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 5 and verse 25, man. Oh, you just had Ecclesiastes 12 and 1? Con. I'm gonna build off the point with the empty storehouse.
Salakia, it was 12 and 4.
Con.
Yeah.
Right, so like the brother was going into when he was making this point, he was talking about how the shelves gonna be empty, man, and we constantly seeing that. We've been seeing that for months now with the supply chain, man. Right, brothers kind of going on Twitter and social media calling Biden empty shelf buying, right? And that's Bible prophecy. So this the book of, and I just kind of share a brother, right? He was walking around. I don't know exactly what shop he was in. I believe it was like Walmart or something like that, right? And it was empty shelves, man. Right, the brother kind of went live, man, and all the shelves were empty, right? So this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 22, and it reads, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be empty, right? And just that minor thing could cause all matters of chaos, all matters of uproars, man. We seen it happen when this so-called damn jab came out, right? When the so-called virus came out, you had people saying damn fighting each other in the store to get tissue, right? All matters of folly was going on when this virus first came out, right? And I'm gonna jump to verse 24, because when people see empty shelves, people gonna start fighting for that last hamburger package, that last package of noodles, that last tissue roll, man. You gonna have people damn near killing each other over these things, man. People got kids to feed, man. Right? Our people, and especially our people that kind of don't know what's going on through the spirit, they're gonna be going crazy, right? So this is the book of same chapter, 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 24. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, right? So you might go into Walmart and it's you might go into Top Salakia, right? And there's one last package of damn chicken, right? And you see your best friend coming there at the same time. Y'all kind of look each other in the eye and have a damn cowboy standoff, man, right? Hey, y'all used to be friends, but now, hey, my kids gotta eat, right? I might start fighting like damn pit bulls in there to get that last piece of chicken, man, right? It says at that time, so friends fight one against another like enemies, right? And the Lord said, friends gonna fight one another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and 3 hours they shall not run, right? And it says, I'm gonna stop right there and get another precept, right? So the love gonna be waxing cold in these last days, and Yahweh prophesied about that. And it's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse, I believe it's 12, right? So you're gonna be fighting, you're gonna have friends fighting against one another, man, right? So this Matthew 24 and verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, right? Because it's going to be all matters of iniquity going on when it's famine, right? Turmoil, people getting locked up in FEMA camps, right? Over this damn virus, right? So it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Man, the love of many is waxing cold in these last days. We already seeing it happen, right? So imagine when things get even worse than what it is right now. We ain't even really seen nothing yet, and people are already kind of losing their mind, right? And I'm gonna get one more. Second Esdras 15, Salaki. Right, so this is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 15 and verse 16. And it says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. So people are going to be invading one another, right? I kind of smell them over there cooking a good meal. We ain't got no food in the house, right? I'm about to go kind of kick their door through. That's how people are going to be getting down in that day, right? So all these damn purge movies, these apocalypse movies you watch, you're going to see these things coming to pass tenfold, right? That's where the so-called white men get their ideas from the scriptures, right? From the prophecies in the Bible. And it says, for this will be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So brothers in that day, they're not going to care about the government. They're not going to care about the damn policemen, right? So it's going to be crazy in that day. And it's kind of through the spirit. It's kind of going into like when you watch the movie The Purge, where they kind of give you 24 hours to do whatever you're going to do. But it's not going to be 24 hours in that day of Jacob's trouble. It's going to be until the Lord kind of return, man. Right? That people are going to be doing whatever they want to do. Right? And it says, jump to verse 19, right? Just to continue on that point. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Right? So you ain't going to have no pity upon your neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. You might kind of run in somebody's house with a gun, man, and destroy their house, take everything they got, because you're going to be so hungry in that day, right? You're going to be so confused in that day, man. You're going to be so much filled with anger in that day, man, right? And it says, and spoiled their goods because of lack of bread. You see that? And that's what it's going to stem from, that lack of bread. My family got to eat. I got to eat, right? And it says, and for great tribulation. And tribulation is going to make a lot of people go crazy, man. Right? A lot of people won't lose their mind. Why every time I step outside, I see a dead body, right? Every time I go into a damn store, I can't find no food. There's nowhere to get food. People gonna lose their mind in that day, man. Right? You got it, King.
They definitely gonna lose their mind, man. This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. And we see that America's getting ready to sit at the dust. And the people that uphold this place, they don't know what to do. Like you said, they starting to go crazy, man. Right? They don't have nowhere to work. The shelves are going empty, right? And what's going to happen? What's going to be the trickle effect of everybody taking this jab? If they get ready to close down America again like they did in 2020, all right, or was it 2021, right? This is not going to be the same this time because everybody jabbed up. We don't know the effects of that dragon juice they've been taking, man, right? So that's going to cause even more confusion, man, right? Come down and sit, all right? Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne. See, America is gonna get overthrown, man. Right? See, they believe that they can get past this famine that's fit to kick off. Right? They believe that they can collapse the economy and go into a one world government, man. The Most High is getting ready to knock that crown off your head, man. All right. America believes that they exhort themselves as their God, as the Most High, man. And the Most High not having that, man. right? So let me go to what's that? Back to Psalms real quick, verse 10. Chapter 10, real quick. So this is the book of Psalms, chapter 10. I'm gonna start at the top. Right? Why standeth thou afar off, O Lord? Right? So this is David asking the Lord why he's standing off so far, man. Right? So he crying to the Lord. Why hideth thyself in times of trouble? The Most High is going to, the same reason David is crying here in his troubles to the Lord, we're going to have to do the same thing, right? It says, the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. And they going, in the time of Jacob trouble, they going to aim at the poor, man. They going to aim specifically at the meek, all right? And those that have that direct descendant to the Most High, right? Because ultimately we've been holding this place up with blood, sweat, and tears, right? And these people, they getting ready to rebel because they're going to no longer believe in America, right? It says, the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined, right? And we know they're getting ready to set up FEMA camps, all right? They're going to start. That's why they was trying to de-arm you, man. I believe they started that back in back in like 2018. Get all the guns up, buy back the guns, man. So when they get ready to come and persecute you, it'll be easy. They come knock down your door, put you on the ground. You don't have no way or no arms of security, all right, to protect your family. It's gonna be an easy takedown, man. Right? It says, for the wicked boasteth of his heart desire, and blesseth the cover of man, whom the Lord abhorreth. Salakia. Let me start it. I'm gonna jump down to verse where I pointed at. 15. Break thou the arm of the wicked. So the Lord is literally breaking the arm of the wicked. That's why the society is crashing. Right now, the Lord is breaking the arm of the wicked. Your security, all right, your trusted in this government has failed, man. It says, break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man, seek out his wickedness till thou find none, right? And while you going to trust in this jab, you should be trusting in the Lord. But because you want to trust in that jab, since you want to trust in this system, all right, the Most High going to allow you to be destroyed with this damn devil. And the ones, all right, who put their trust in the Lord, the Most High going to cover him with the feathers, man, of the angels. Right? So 16, the Lord is the king forever and ever. The heathen shall perish out of his land. So they fighting amongst each other, the Egyptians versus the Egyptians. All right. We see all these nations getting ready to attack each other. We not scared. We not nervous, shaking in our boots. We kind of in a joyful spirit. We sitting back on the top of our seats, right? We watching. We anxious, man. We can't wait for them to go to war, man. So the Lord can complete the work that he gonna complete, man. Right? Calm. You got it.
Calm, mighty points, man. Because we definitely got to be fearless in that day, man. Right? I'm trying to see if I can find this preset real quick. Salaki, I'll get another one. Right? So we got to be fearless. We can't be faint-hearted in that day. Right? Let me get this real quick. Because a lot of people, they're gonna wish they could die in that day. That's how Salaki. That's how crazy it's gonna be. A lot of people gonna wish they could die. They're gonna be calling upon the name of the Lord, longing for that day when Yahweh Shai return. Because there's gonna be a lot of hell breaking loose. Right? So this is the book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 22, and it reads, and he said unto the disciples, the days will come when ye shall desire to see one of the days of the Son of Man. Right? Because brother's going to be desiring to see Yahweh Shai return. That's how crazy it's going to be. Hurry up, Lord, return, man. Hurry up, Lord. Right? It's going to be hard to endure in that day, man. But we can't get faint-hearted. Right? And it says, and ye shall not see it. And brother's not going to see it. You're going to be longing for the hurry up to see these chariots crack the sky, and you're not going to see it, man. right? And let me get another one real quick. Luke 21, right? So this is the book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 26, and it says, this heavy, man. It says, men's hearts failing them for fear. So a lot of people gonna bug out because we understand in the spirit, our heart represents our mind. So a lot of people gonna bug out in that day. They're gonna go crazy, right? And on another level, you might have people really dying from heart attacks from fear, man, right? And it says, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, right? For the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. You see that all hell gonna be breaking loose, and that powers of the heavens represents those that's the so-called kings of this earth, man. Right? And I'm gonna get another one real quick, dealing with the fear, right? Because we definitely can't be fearless when these things come to pass, right? Let me get go back to Matthew 24 real quick. Because Yahweh said, don't fear, because you know these things gotta come to you know they gotta come to pass. So you can sit there and be scared, right? Either way it goes, it's gonna still happen, right? It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 6, and it reads, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, see that ye be not troubled, right? And that's the point I wanted from that. Yahweh said, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, right? These things must come to pass, right? So you got to see that ye be not troubled, man, right? And I'm gonna get one more. It's the book of Cyrex, chapter 21 and verse 12, right? And it reads, woe be to fearful hearts, right? So the Lord said, woe be to those that have fearful hearts, death and destruction to that brother or sister that kind of wax faint-hearted in that day, man, right? And it says, and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth 2 ways, right? Verse 13, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. So that's why it's going to require a lot of faith in that day, man. Your fringe is not going to save you in that day. Your damn beard not going to save you in that day. Your big, beautiful meat tree, right? The dress with the fringes on it, they're not going to save you in that day. Right, that's why the Lord constantly tells us we saved by faith, right? And it says, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended, right? And the brother brought out the first precept that he brought out was Jeremiah 30:7, and it says, and ye shall be saved out of it, right? And those that have the faith, right, they're not faint-hearted in that day. The Lord going to be delivering brothers, just like in the book of Daniel chapter 6. Daniel got delivered out of the lion's den, right? And we can go through many accounts to show how our forefathers were delivered out of hard times, man, right? And the Lord gonna be doing that in these last days for brothers that keep the faith also. You got it, King.
Come. So we got to put our trust in the Lord. The Lord didn't create the spirit of fear, right? And those that fear the Lord, right, you pretty much walking through this thing blind, man, right? Because you trusted in man, and ultimately you walking yourself right into destruction, right? So this is 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter, man. All right. So you just like that sheep being led blindly to the slaughterhouse, man, because you put in your trust in man commandments instead of trusting in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, right? I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, right? I will bring them down with a mighty hand. And we see it. The Lord is already getting ready to stretch his hand out, man. He getting ready to crash this place, right? And stretched out Salakia, and I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues. And look at that. America is spiritually Egypt, and we see America getting smite with plagues. It says, and as before. So this is talking about America. It says as before. We can't say this is talking about ancient Egypt, right? It said as before, and I will destroy all the land thereof, right? Egypt shall mourn. And we already starting to see our people mourn, right? They already bugging the hell out because they stressed out about this damn coronavirus. You get a little cough, you get a little damn sneeze, you run into the damn store every second you get to get a damn test to see if you got coronavirus. You in the mourning state of mind. Before, your ass was running down to the damn store, buying, stocking up on all the damn tissue, all the rubbing alcohol, hand sanitizers, and gloves and all that, right? Grabbing a bunch of masks. You see that didn't work, right? So now what you doing? You still trusting in man instead of trusting in the Lord, right? It says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that God, Yahweh shall bring upon it. So you're going to get smitten in this place because you believe in man instead of the Lord, right? It says, they that till the ground shall mourn, right? All these people that's trusting in your damn Walmarts, right? And all these damn places of security or your government, right? They're going to be brought to the ground, okay? For their seed shall fall through the blasting in hell, and with a fearful constellation, man. Woe to the world and them that dwell in it. So the Lord said destruction to the world and those that dwell in it, those that believe in it, that put their trust in it, man. Right? So I got one more. Right, this is Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 10. It reads, and if thou draw out thy soul to the hungry and satisfy the afflicted soul, then shall thy light rise in obscurity, and thy darkness be as the moon day, right? And the Lord shall guide thee continually. So the Lord's going to guide his elect men. We don't have to trust in this place. We don't have to go crazy, go buy a bug out bag, all right? Trust in the damn social service building, all right? Run down to the damn police station, man, right? Ask for some type of guidance or help. All we got to do is get on our knees and pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, fast and seek out this word, man, right? Because the scriptures say in Isaiah chapter 33, right, verse 6, that wisdom and knowledge shall be your stability of thy times. So long as we obtain this knowledge that Yahweh has given us, hey, man, we ain't worried about a damn thing, man, right? It says, and satisfy thy soul in a drought. So when all hell breaks loose, it's a drought of food, right? Our soul's going to be satisfied. So we don't got to be in a state of fear, right? It says, and make fat thy bones. We're going to eat good. The Lord is going to deliver everything that his elect men need. While the rich is stacking up right now, all right, the rich men in this society, they stacking up down trailer trucks, man, of food, man. They probably got about 4 of them, man. They got bunkers full of food, and they don't know that they storing that for us, man, because they gonna get killed off or destroyed. A lot of them folks, they already took the jab. They not gonna make it. All that food is gonna be stumbled upon the elect men. Lord's willing, we a part of that number, right? Because we're gonna be like pilgrims in the earth. We're gonna be just moving around, waiting for the Lord to come back, man, and deliver us. And we're gonna stumble into crazy things. We're gonna stumble into a lot of merchandise, silver, gold, right? A bunch of food. Everything is gonna be given into us up under the sun through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You got it out.
Con, man. Right? I'm about to bring this out in second Ezra the 16 verse 70. Because like the brother was going into, man, those that serve the Lord, man, we got to be prepared for this day, right? It's going to be worse for those that don't have that hedge of protection through the spirit of the Lord. But hey, we gonna go through some things too, man. Right? So this second Ezra chapter 16 verse 70, and it reads, for this shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Right? So that word insurrection is going into like destruction, man, tribulation upon those that fear the Lord, right? And it says they shall be like mad men, and it's talking about Esau, right? Chiefly Esau, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, right? So they're going to be coming after those that fear the Lord heavy, man, in that day, man, right? We got to take away all these Bibles, right? We rush into everybody's house who got a Bible, right? They know what videos you watch, man, right? They see you ordering the fringes off the Amazon, right? They see you ordering all the different damn King James Bibles on Amazon. They know who you is. So we got to prepare for that day, right? And it says, they shall be like mad men, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods, right? So they might kind of come in your house like it's a drug raid, man, right? Kind of kick your door down, come in there, put hands on you, right? Drag you out and take you to a FEMA camp, right? Burn up your Bibles, man, right? And it says, and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen. And the Lord said, in that day he's going to know who's his chosen, right? Because he's gonna know who actually have faith in him in that day, right? And it says, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire, man. So the so-called white men gonna come up against those that fear the Lord, right? And let's go into the book of Revelation 12:12, right? And it reads, Salakia 12:17, and it reads, and the dragon was wroth, right? And this dragon is talking about Esau, the so-called white man, right? And it says, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, right? And we're that woman, right? Israel represents that woman, right? Pursuant to Jeremiah 6:2, right? And various other precepts, right? And it says, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. And he's going to come making war with the remnant, right? And the remnant is those that's going to be saved, those that serve the Lord, right? And it says, which keep the commandments of the Most High. You see that? So they're going to come and make war with those that keep the commandments, right? And have the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach, right? So if you keep the commandments and have the testimony of Yahushua, Esau is going to make war with you in these last days, man, right? So we definitely got to be prepared, right? We're going to kind of be a pilgrim on the earth, right? We can't even fathom that right now. But that's what's coming to pass. That's at the Holy Bible, right? And this is Matthew 24 and verse 15, and it reads, when you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso reads, Slaki, this is what I want, this is what I want. Whoso readeth, let him understand, right? It says, then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains, right? And this was talking about the time Yahushua prophesying about 70 AD, but on a twofold level, and we still represent Judea, and the so-called white men gonna come against us, man. Right, so we're gonna have to kind of flee, right? And it says, let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. And when all hell breaking loose, you ain't gonna have time to go back. Oh, what about my mom? Oh, damn, what about my bug out bag? I left it in the house, man. You're gonna kind of have to get out of there. You're gonna be a pilgrim on the earth, right? And it says, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. So you're not gonna have time to go back in your crib and be like, I left my PS5 in there, right? I left my Bible in there. I left my bug out bag and my gun in there. You ain't gonna have time for that. You're gonna have to kind of get out of there, man. Right? We're gonna be pilgrims on the earth, right? I'm gonna get a precept on that real quick. This second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 40, and it reads, "O my people, hear my word. Make ye ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth." And our forefathers experienced this before, right? Plenty of times, right? But just to specify one time, right? When you think about in Second Maccabees, I believe it's chapter 6, right? When we were in Grecian captivity, our forefathers was fleeing into the mountains just to keep the Sabbath holy, right? And they got burned for trying to do it, right? And that's heavy. You have snitches amongst our people, wicked men amongst our people, like, man, they kind of hiding in a damn cave, right? And the so-called white man burned them up, right? And how much more the Lord says nothing new under the sun. So even in these last days, we're gonna have people kind of ratting, wicked men in Israel, man, ratting. Right, and it says, I believe, Salaki, verse 41. He that selleth, Salaki, it says, he that selleth, let him be as one that fleeth away. So if you got a bunch of merchandise that you can make profit off of in that day, you're gonna be wanting to flee away when you see people that you don't know, man. Right, you kind of peek around the corner of a building, you see 5 people walking together, you might want to kind of get out of there, man. Right, they see you with a big bag of merchandise, food, right, gold, whatever you got, they're gonna try to kill you for it, man. They're gonna try to rob you for it. Right, and it says, and he that buyeth as one that will lose. So the Lord basically saying, hey, if your mind says to buy something, don't buy it, man, because you're going to end up losing whatever you're trying to buy, man. Right, that's why it's going to take a lot of faith in this day, Salaki, in that day. And it says, and he that occupieth merchandise. So if you have a lot of merchandise, you might have pistols, you might have you might have yan, right? You might have a couple dollars in your pocket, you might have some gold, right? So it says, and he that occupieth merchandise, as he that have no profit by it, right? Because you're not going to have no profit by the merchandise that you got, because you're going to either lose it, right? You might get robbed for it, right? And it says, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. So you'll be kind of a fool to be sitting back trying to collect wood and different type of materials to build a damn house, man. Right? Because you're not gonna be able to dwell in it. You kind of make a tent somewhere around the corner, and then you're gonna see 3 brothers kind of walking up on your tent, man, ready to throw you out of that thing so they can sleep in there, man. Right? So hey, and that in these last days, brothers gonna be counting on faith more than anything, man. Right? I'm gonna get one more. Cause the brother was going into the bug out bag, man. Right? And there ain't nothing wrong with prepping, ain't nothing wrong with preparing, right? But hey, if you put in these damn materialistic items over your faith in the Lord, it's not gonna amount to nothing, man. Right? And it says, this Matthew 6:31. Therefore, take no thought, saying, what shall we eat or what shall we drink? So a lot of people, when they hear about the famine coming to pass, right? Famine coming around the corner, right? They hear about the supply chain, right? They hear about all the stores is empty. They start thinking like, shouldn't I be collecting cans of food, or shouldn't I be doing this, or shouldn't I be doing that, right? But the Lord said this. He said, take no thought, saying, what shall we eat or what shall we drink? So Yahweh Shai said, don't be thinking about that, man, right? Or what shall we be clothed? For all these things do the Gentiles seek. See, the Lord said that's what the heathen think about. Y'all shouldn't be thinking about that, man. Right? Us as Israel, we shouldn't be worried about that. It says, for your heavenly Father knoweth that you have need of all these things. Because the Most High God, Yahweh, he already know you need all these things. Right? It says, but seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. So if you keep your mind on spiritual things, you continue to keep your mind on the Lord going to add these things unto you, man. You might have a wicked heathen or a wicked brother somewhere around the corner who kind of have to speed off because he might see a damn a wolf or something, man. He kind of drop his bag with all his food in it, and you come across it, man. That's the Lord feeding you, right? And it says, you might see somebody that was wicked drop their damn bug out bag and they spent a lot of money on, man, right? But the Lord had them drop it, right? And now you got it, right? And it says, seek ye the kingdom of the Most High God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. And it says, take therefore no thought for the morrows, right? So we can't be thinking about tomorrow. Man, what am I going to eat tomorrow, right? What am I going to put on tomorrow? How am I going to shower tomorrow? I'm stinking, man, right? And it says, for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. You see that? So we can't be worried about tomorrow. We can't worry about what we're going to eat. We got to have the faith that the Lord going to feed us, man, right? Because the Lord feed the birds, man, right? If I would have read early on, it would have went into that, man. But you got it, King.
Like the brother said, we can't be stressing out in those last days, man. Right? So what are we supposed to do? Instead of running up on the government, asking them for help, all right, pulling our damn hair out, all right, leaning towards our oppressors, right? This is what we should be doing. This is Proverbs 18 and verse 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous, right, runneth into it. So we know that the Lord's name is a strong tower. So we should be calling upon that, right? It says run into it and is safe. So when all hell break loose, don't worry about no damn bug out bag. Don't worry about the government or be relying on a message from the news station. You should be dropping on your knees and calling on the name of the Lord, right? This is Psalms, right? Chapter 50, right? And verse 15, it says, and call upon me in the day of trouble. So the Lord said, call upon me in the day of trouble. Don't get on the phone and call the police. Don't call your baby daddy, all right? Don't get to calling grandma and granddaddy, right? Call upon the name of the Lord, man, right? It says, call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee. The Lord is the only source that's going to deliver you out of the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, right? Thou shalt glorify me. The Lord will find delight in delivering his servants, right? So ain't that what Daniel did in the 6th chapter, right? When they came to persecute Daniel, did not he drop on his knees and pray constantly out the turn towards Jerusalem and pray, man? Right? And we got to be in the same spirit or we not going to make it, man. We can't rely on nothing else. This is Acts. Right? chapter 2, verse 21. And it reads, and it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved, ye men of Israel, right? So we got to call on the name of the Lord. The Israelites, the Black Hispanics, and Native Americans, all right, the Lord will put that hedge of protection around you, especially if you're serving the Lord in these last days. You have already forsaken your life. Why would the Lord leave you confounded? If you're going out there and you prophesying in the name of the Lord, all right, you got your household in order and everything else that Yahweh Shai has commanded you to do, why would he confound his servant? Else he was wicked. All right. So that's why we got to constantly ask in these last days for forgiveness, right? So our sins be blotted out. Fasting to get demons off of us. All right. Praying in the name of the Lord and conducting ourselves wisely among men and being that light in these last days.
Calm, man. Right? Just to let me back up what the brother was bringing out. This the book of Psalms, the 18 and verse number. I'm gonna get straight to the point and jump to verse 3. I will call upon Yahweh, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies. Right? So like the brother was just going into, man. Don't be trying to call your damn mom. Right? Call your damn auntie, man. Call upon the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and he's gonna deliver you on that day if you really have faith. Right? And jump into verse number we'll jump to 16. It says, he sent from above, he took me, he drew me out of many waters, right? And that, in this context, the waters represent nations, man. He drew him out of the hands of many nations, right? And it says, he delivered me from my strong enemy, right? And Esau is a strong enemy, right? A lot of our people, they kind of walk around, put the damn Black Lives Matter fist up, right? And they talk about all day how we need to get our own guns so we can go to war and take over the government ourselves. But that's not wise, right? And it's not possible, man. Right? You talking about buying a couple guns from your enemy, right? That own all the guns, that own nuclear weapons, and think you're gonna stand up against them with damn physical weapons, man. It's not possible, man. Right? And it says, he delivered me from my strong enemy. And that's why David calling him a strong enemy, man. Right? And from them which hated me, for they were too strong for me. Right? And King David was a mighty man of valor. And he was able to admit that, hey, they're too strong for me, man. Right? And us in these last days, we got to understand that. We're not picking up no AR-15s and AK-47s and think we about to go take over the government, man. Hey, man, they got nuclear weapons. There ain't too much to be said after that. Right? They got bombs, man. Right? They got all the damn military weapons you can name. Right? They make all of them. Right? So he said, for they were too strong for me. Right? And real quick, just to go back into some visualization how it's going to be in these last days, man. Right? Carcasses all over the ground, man. Right? It's going to, you step out the door, hey, you might not, I probably don't even have to say step out the door. We're going to be kind of pilgrims in this thing. Right? You might wake up on that damn rock you're sleeping on the damn grass field you're sleeping on, and all you smell is dung, man. It's dead bodies everywhere, man. It's going to smell crazy. Right? And, let me get this real quick. In Isaiah 5. Right, 5 and 25. So this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 5 and verse 25, and it reads, "There is the anger of the Lord kindled against his people," and that's why we go. That's why we're gonna have to experience Jacob's trouble, because the Lord is angry at our the wicked of our nation, right? And it said, "He that stretched forth his hand against them, and he have smitten them, and the hills did tremble, and their carcasses were torn in the midst of the streets," man. So that's at the Lord. When people keep slacking, when brothers keep going into how we're gonna see bodies all over the streets, brothers not coming from the belly and winging that, man. That's at the Holy Bible. It says, and their carcasses were torn in the midst of the streets, man. Imagine that. Every time you turn the corner, you see dead bodies in the street. And like the brother was going into earlier in the book of Ecclesiastes, hey, those that I forgot exactly how you word it, but he was saying like how the damn ambulance men, they ain't gonna be out there, ain't gonna be no cops. The people that damn control the traffic lights, they're not gonna be working no more. So them dead bodies, they're gonna just be out there. Ain't gonna be no ambulance coming to scoop them up, man. Right? And it says, and their carcasses were torn in the midst of the streets. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. And the Lord's hand is gonna still be stretched out in that day. Right? Get another precept real quick. Let's go on 2nd Ezra 16. So that's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 21, and it reads, I'm gonna get 21. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, right? And it says, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, and that's what we're seeing. You got a lot of Jake that think we're in good case. One day we're going to be able to take these masks off, and everything's going to go back to normal, right? That's why we voted for Biden, man. He gave us a couple free dollars. He's going to make sure everything's okay. All we got to do is get that jab, right? A lot of people think we in good hands right now, man, right? And it says, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, but they don't know on a deeper level, evils is growing upon the earth, but only the men of the Lord can perceive it, man, right? And it says, sword, famine, and great confusion, right? And sword and famine is coming to the earth. The great confusion is already here, and really the sword and the famine is already here, man, right? But just not on a major scale yet. And it says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. So a lot of people that dwell upon the earth is going to perish of famine. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Right? So the Lord said, if you escape that famine, you're going to be destroyed by the sword. The so-called white man might gun you down, right? Or another damn brother might gun you down because he got to feed his damn daughter, man. Right? His daughter 8 months and she ain't got no food. He ain't got no money. He might slay you, right? And it says, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, and the dead shall be cast out as dung. Right, so constantly you read through the prophecies, it's going to be dead people just cast out in the street as dung, man. That's shit, man. Right, and it says, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. You see that? Hey, man, that's crazy, man. Just walking around seeing dead bodies around the place like his damn shit, man. Right, you got a lot of people that never even seen one dead body, so that's why we read in Luke that a lot of people's heart is going to fail, man. They're going to bug out, like, what the hell is going on, man? Right? How is this possible that we living like this? I thought this was only possible in the movie, and now you really live in this thing, man. A lot of people gonna bug out. You got it, King.
Khan, you brought out 2 Ezra 15, 16. Let's go right with you. Khan. So 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, right? Because they about to lock when all hell start breaking loose and there's trouble upon the earth, they locking everything down. You already see that happening now. They say you can't get on the plane without the jab. You can't take the train. There's a lot of requirements that circle around this vaccine, right? It says, and a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. So like the brother said, it's going to be a bunch of trouble in the street. You're going to see people lying on pool of blood on the right of you, all right? Somebody about to croak in front of you on your left. It's gonna be crazy, man, right? Your baby, you carrying your baby on your damn shoulder. She freaking out from seeing all the horrific things, man, right? You might have to run because a damn a wolf or fucking what you call it, rabies might attack you while you got your family. All hell gonna be breaking loose, man. For because of their pride, we seen that in what's the movie? I Am Legend with Will Smith, right?
For because that's the spirit. I was thinking about that when I was reading some of these verses.
God, and you see how they was you couldn't go into that city. They made everybody leave, right? So people probably did desire to go there, but once they found out it was locked down, you couldn't go no more. Only person that was pretty much left over there was damn Will Smith. And we seen these horrific scenes in that movie, man. Right? Dead bodies everywhere. Famine. All right. It says, for because of their pride, their city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed. Right? They're going to be spoiled. Why count on this place? Everything is about to get overthrown, man. Right? And the men shall be afraid. They're already afraid. And a lot of people, they so afraid, right, that all they can count on is the damn government. They don't know nothing else. You know? The last thing they want to do is pick the damn scriptures up, man. They rather scoff and call us crazy, right? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. So they're going to be robbing each other, man. Right? You may be able to you may have a tank, you may have some gas in your tank, right? And some thieves come down that alleyway you passing by, and they gonna pull you out of that car with your family, man, or some goods or whatever the case may be. They're gonna be robbing and killing each other, man. Gunfire, gun smoke is gonna be so common in the air. You're gonna smell it everywhere, man. Right? It says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, because they all gonna want to feed each other. I mean, feed each other. You know, they family. They're gonna turn on. If you may be best friends with a man now, and he got a family, you're gonna be his enemy in that day, because he gonna have to take you down and take your household just to feed his family, man. Right? But shall destroy their houses with the sword. Salakia, a man shall have no pity among his neighbor, right? But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. There ain't gonna be nothing to eat. Damn desperate women, they gonna be eating their damn children, because they ain't gonna have no guidance. A lot of the men that they put their trust in today, those drug dealers, right? All those wicked men that they believe that's going to be their security, they're going to fail. The only men that's going to be succeeding in this day of trouble is the men of the Lord. And if you don't have a man of the Lord by your side in that day, you're going to be eating your damn children, man. Can you imagine going 10 to 12 days without eating? Right? Most men can't go 12 hours. How much do Americans eat a day, man? Right? It says, behold, saith the Lord, behold, saith God, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reference me, right? Which are from the rising of the sun, from the south. Salaki, that's kind of all I want in that. So you got it.
Come on, that's the spirit that you just went into Eve, because I swear I was just thinking that, like, just imagine how Eve without no man in that day, man, right? All them proud Eve, they gonna feel it in that day, man, right? All the Eve that was being proud, feeling like they could be an independent woman, right? The Lord gonna show them that, hey, you need a hedge, right? You need a hedge of protection. You need a man of the Lord, man, right? They gonna realize in that day, right? And I'm gonna bring this up, right? So this Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Right, and Eve is at ease in this damn country, man. They love Babylon, right? The so-called white man make them feel like they're above the men in this country, right? So it says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. And the Lord called them careless daughters. It said, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled. Eve going to be troubled in that day, ye careless woman. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. And that day they're going to tremble, man. Right? They kind of walk around with their necks all up, man. Right? Want to be like Cardi B. Want to be like damn Megan Thee Stallion. Right? Kind of think they got it good here, man. They love this so-called white man more than they love their brothers, man. Right? For the most part. Right? And it says, ye careless ones strip you and make you bare. And they're going to be made bare in that day, man. Right? That's on a spiritual and also on a physical level, man. Right? Hey, people don't like to hear this, but hey, a lot of women going to be getting ravished in that day. You ain't gonna have no cops car riding around. A lot of perverts, they're gonna take advantage of that day, man. Right? They're gonna kind of grab you up and take you in some damn alley, man.
Salakia. Yeah, a lot of the women, they're gonna be walking around raped, stanky, right, hair wild as hell, crazy, same clothes on for days and months, right? And they're gonna be so desperate to have a man. If you don't mind, I just want to bring this out real quick.
You got it, King.
Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. Why is it 7 women gonna want to take hold of one man, but they can't share they man with one woman now? Because they're gonna be very desperate, hungry, and overtaken, and tired and cold. All right, and they gonna want that protection, so they're gonna be willing to share this man with their friend, the other survivor that they're with. Right? Because they ain't gonna want to see their friend perish. They go, oh girl, come on, let's try and get this man. They go the book of Eli, the movie. That woman kind of followed him around. He said, you can't come with me. You gotta part ways. She kind of just kept running behind him. She wouldn't let him go. Right? It say in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread. Like we gonna make sure we got food, right? And you don't gotta do much, pretty much, and wear our own apparel, right? And only let us be called by thy name. Meaning let us be your wife. Because in that day, then shall be known who's God's chosen people or God's chosen men are. Because they're like we brought out earlier, when everybody is in a hunger state of mind, our bones is going to be made fat. So we going to look rich. We're going to be presented to everybody else as rich men. So the tables is going to turn. While we look down upon now, and everybody say that nigga ain't getting no money, all right, he broke. All he do is stand on the corner and yell and scream. They don't got nothing going on. I'm trying to get to a bag. He ain't got no Salakia, no bag, right? The table's going to turn because we building up spiritual wealth with the Heavenly Father, right? The money that they chasing after now, right? That money going to be, that money going to have, moth holes, man. It's going to be worth nothing. It's going to be in the street, right? And they're going to look upon us and say, well, there's the rich man there. So like they share rich men now in this society because he got a couple $1 million, they willing to, let him run the household properly. They're going to do that to us, man, because we're going to be eating well while everybody else starving, right? That's all I had. Salaki.
Con, that's a mighty precept too, because a lot of Jake, they love that verse, man. Right, but like you just went into, you gotta really picture it for what it is, man. Right, you gonna have Eve ain't gonna have her eyelashes on. Right, Eve ain't gonna be able to take showers every day. Right, hey, it's gonna be a whole different ball game in that day, man. Right, so I'm gonna read Isaiah 32:11 again. Right, that was a mighty precept. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Right, be ye troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. So the Lord is telling them, hey, you better be repenting in that day, right? That's what sackcloth represents, man. Humbling yourself down before the Lord and repenting, man. Right? And this Isaiah chapter 3 and verse number 24, just the precept what I was just going into about them stinking, man. Right? And it says, and this will come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. Right? So they're not going to be able to put on all the damn shampoo, the lotion, right? All the goods they got, man, the oils they be wearing, right? They ain't gonna be able to put on none of these things in that day, man. All hell gonna be breaking loose, right? And it says, and instead of a girdle of rent, right? And it says, and instead of a well set hair baldness, instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, right? And burning instead of beauty, right? And this is the point I wanted. Verse 25, thy men shall fall by the sword. So like the brother was just going into in Isaiah 4, that's why they're gonna be so desperate for a man. A lot of women gonna they either had that independent woman spirit and they ain't have no man, and a lot of women gonna have they probably did have a man, but he died in the war, man. Right? It says, thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty men in the war. Right? And it says, and her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate, so sit upon the ground, man. Right? So that's why they're gonna be cleaving unto men. Let me be your wife, man. Right? Please protect me. I know you're a man of the Lord. I know you got the Lord with me. I know you got the Lord with you, man. Right? That's what the Lord said in that day. A man gonna be like gold, man. That's specifically talking about Israelite men, right? Because we're gonna have the understanding of what's going on, right? We're gonna be able to comfort our wives, comfort our brothers and sisters, because we know what's going on, man. Right? The Lord gonna prepare His elect for that day, man. Right? And it says, this Isaiah 13 and 12. It reads, I'm gonna start from 11 to get the context. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. Right? So this one, all hell is breaking loose. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Right? And it says, it's the point. And I will make a man more precious than fine gold. Right? Because a lot of men going to be dying. So the Israelite man in that day, he's going to be more precious than fine gold. A woman might see an Israelite man from down the street and start damn screaming out to him, man, trying to cleave. That's how a brother's going to end up with 7 wives in that day. And that just means a complete number of wives. That's not literal. A brother might have like 15 wives behind him in that day, man.
It's lucky. I got a precept too.
God, you got it.
God, this is the book of Micah, chapter 7, verse 10. Then she that is my enemy, because right now it's black woman versus black man, right? Domestic violence, all that going on. then she that is my enemy shall see it. So right now we crazy. Right now we bugged out. We don't know what the hell going on. But in that day of trouble, they shall see it, because everything that they have trusted in has failed. And the only thing left they got to count on is the Lord. And to see the Lord's servants out there, they going to see it. Why? Because we're going to be waxing mighty in that day, right? Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her. She going to be shameful. Man, those dudes that we thought was crazy on the corner yelling and screaming, talking about God all day, man, look how they living. Look what the Lord is blessing them with. And I'm out here starving. It's day 8. And I haven't ate nothing. And they're out there living luxuries. Right? It says, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? And they going, where is God? Now you want to talk about where is God. Before it was where, I got my job. I'm a strong Black independent woman. I got it going on. Your last thing that you were thinking about was the Lord, right? Where is the Lord thy God? My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down. Like the brother said, they're going to be trodden down. You're not going to have your weave on. You're not going to have your finest designer, right? Your stilettos and your red apples, whatever them things called, right? You ain't gonna be able to turn on your TV or your social media and follow after Nicki Minaj no more, man, right? Your eyes and your mind gonna be desiring the men of the Lord, right? Because you're gonna be trodden down as the mirror in the street, man, right? And and I'm gonna be real with you. The men of the Lord, we're not gonna desire you. You're gonna be lucky if you get picked, man. And that day, we ain't gonna be looking for no damn women then. All right? Because we know the table is getting ready to turn and we on our way out. So it's gonna be a desperate thing for the women to have a righteous man in that day. You gotta
And Con, that's heavy. That's a heavy point. Because like you said, they're gonna see the men of the Lord prosper in that day, right? I got a precept. This Job 5:22 it say, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. So they're gonna kind of be looking like, we going through all this, man. And I see everybody crying, everybody bugging out. And these men that was screaming on the corner, I thought it was crazy. They sitting around laughing, man. Right? I see them, they be smiling like nothing going on, man. They in good spirits, right? Because the Lord said in Isaiah 26:3, thou will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed in thee, because he trusted in thee. Right? And the men of the Lord in the day, they're going to trust in the Lord, man. Right? So it says, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth, right? So why you got all type of beasts running around the earth, man? Right? Because the zoo, all the animals in the zoo gonna be let free in that day, man. Right? And they're gonna be running by us. People gonna be wondering like, why this drink just run past that man and he chasing me, man? Right? Because that man was serving the Lord, man. Right? The Lord said the beasts of the earth gonna be peace with them in that day, man. Right? And I'm gonna get one more precept. You got it. Dang, what up, Con? Right? Just to touch back on how a lot of these sisters, their husband's gonna die, man. Right? So this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and verse 33. And it reads, the virgins shall mourn. So you're gonna have a lot of sisters mourning, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. So the sister's gonna have a hard time in that day, man. Right? The sister's gonna be going through a lot, man. Right? That's why, the sisters that serving the Lord and they kind of submitting to a man right now, man, they gonna be lucky in that day, Lord willing, man. Right? Not even Salaki, I shouldn't even use the word lucky, man. Right? The Lord gonna bless them in that day for being a submissive, righteous woman. Right? There's no luck involved. Right? But verse 34 it says, and the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, right? And a lot of their men gonna be destroyed in that day, man. And it says, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Right? So that's why they're gonna be cleaving unto men in that day. It's gonna be a lot of men dying. Hey, and the Israelite man gonna be like gold in that day, man. They're gonna be rare, and when you see them, they're gonna be precious, man. This brother just flourishing in a time like this, man. That's mighty. You got it, King.
Come. And to you sisters that's in the truth, just hold on, man. All right, keep praying, keep fasting. All right, because guess what? The Lord hear your cry, and He gonna deliver those that serve Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. It say, this is Cyrex chapter 33, verse 1. There shall no evil happen unto him. And that's talking about women too, that feareth the Lord. So if you fear in the Lord, you don't got a damn thing to worry about. Stay in the spirit, even when you get changed to a lower state. when all hell break loose and trouble is in your city. It says, there shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord, but in temptation, even again, he will deliver him. So the Lord gonna deliver you. It might look crazy. You might be out here without a husband. All right. You may go days without a husband, but you've been serving the Lord. But guess what? The Most High gonna make sure that he intertwine you with one. All right. Or even if you don't stumble across a husband, the Most High is gonna protect you in those days, right? So this is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So if you sisters in the truth now, you got to prepare your soul for temptation. Don't just be watching these videos for entertainment. Take notes, all right? Prepare your soul, right? It says, also, Salakia, you got to read, all right? Make sure you're doing your housely duties, all right? Serving your husband if you got one. If you don't got one, all right, make sure you helping out the congregation that's near you, man. Right? Give out alms. Do anything you can do to further on the program of the Lord. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart upright. So, sisters, set your heart upright and constantly endure, all right, and make not haste in the time of trouble, because that time of trouble is going to be Jacob trouble. Don't be hasty to try to get out of that thing, and just because things ain't turn out the way you wanted to be, as quick as you wanted it to be. Don't go give up and go and look for help in the people that's oppressing you, man, because they can't help you no more, right? All you got is that power that you've been praying to and that you know to be solid, man, right? It says, cleaving to him, right? Be throwing up prayers, man. You may go home. The Lord gonna test you in the time of trouble. You're gonna be tempted. You might go a few days without eating, right? But cleave unto him and depart not away. Don't give up and say, oh, I give up, man. It's been 4 days I ain't eat. I give up. God ain't with me. I'm going back. No, man. Keep going, right? It says, make not haste in Salakia. Depart not away, that thou mayest be increased in the last end. So at that last time, you may be starving and on your way to faint. In the next 30 minutes, the Most High may send a raven to feed you some bread out of nowhere, man. The Lord is really like that. The Lord is really like that, man. All right? You got it,
Con, man. Right? The Lord can feed you in that day, man. Right? Once the Lord, as long as the Lord see you got faith and you're not faint-hearted, the Lord going to defend you, man. Right? And I'm about to go into this Jeremiah chapter 9 and verse 20, and it reads, yet hear the word of the Lord, O ye women, and let your ear receive the word of his mouth, and teach your daughters wailing, and everyone her neighbor lamentation. Right? So the Lord was the Lord telling the woman to preach their daughters how to wail and cry out unto him in lamentation, man. Right? It's basically saying there's a lot of death that's about to come. Right? And it says, for death is come up unto your windows, and it's entered into our palaces to cut off the children from without. So a lot of children are going to die, man. A lot of people kind of read the prophecies and think, hey, man, the kids going to be good. The Lord got the kids. But it's a lot of kids that's, hey, a lot of children going to die, man. Right? Hey, that's in the Bible. Right? And it says, and the young men from the streets. That's why it's good to really try to teach the kids this truth. And hey, man, it's gonna be scary for a lot of people that's not in the truth in that day, man. Right? It's gonna actually be a sad time for real. Right? And it says, hey, we talking about a lot of dead bodies in the street, man. A lot of them might be little kids, man. Right? Little babies, man. Right? That's hard for a lot of people to fathom. Hey, but that's how the Lord get down, man. Right? And it says, and it says, verse 22, speak thus saith the Lord, even the carcasses of men shall fall as dung upon the open field, man. Right? So we constantly reading this throughout the prophecy. It's going to be bodies all over the ground, man. Right? We got to picture these things and really spiritually and mentally prepare for these things, man. Right? And it says, and as the handful after the harvest, man, and none shall gather them, man. Right? And I'm going to get another one. I'm going to stay in Jeremiah and go to 7 and verse 33. And it says, Jeremiah 7 and 33, and the carcasses of this people shall be meat for the fowls of heaven, right? So we might see a lot of eagles. Hey, you gonna see birds everywhere. You throw a couple pieces of bread, you drop some food, and then a bunch of seagulls just kind of come down and start eating it, man. That's what you're gonna, especially in this day, you're gonna see birds that you never seen before. Eagles, ravens, man, damn bald eagles coming down and eating of the flesh, man. Right? You go, hey, man, and I never even really sat back and thought about this. We talk about all these bodies in the street. Imagine how many animals going to be in the street eating these things. How many roaches, how many rats, how many damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, imagine that. That's crazy, man. Right? So the street's going to be filled with all type of animals eating up these bodies too, man. That's crazy, right? And it says, and the carcasses of these people shall be meat for the fowls of the heaven and for the beasts of the earth. So you're going to see all type of beasts of the earth that you probably never even seen in your city before, man. Coming out just to eat of the flesh, of the dead flesh. And none shall fray them away. And you're not fraying away no damn wolf, no damn dog, no damn tiger from a feast, man. Right? Because that's a feast to them, man. A bunch of dead bodies in the middle of the street. You're not scaring them away and sending them off somewhere, man. Right? They're gonna be eating, man. Right? And it says, and none shall fray them away, right? I'm gonna get one more. Right? So this is Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 4. And it reads, they shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented, right? So nobody gonna be able to cry over their body, man. Nobody gonna be able to have a funeral, man. Right? They're not gonna be lamented. A lot of people not gonna be buried in that day, man. Right? And it says, oh, Khan, they're going into it. It says, neither shall they be buried, man. Right? But they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth. Right? That, hey, this throughout the Bible. Body's gonna be like just shit upon the face of the earth, man. Right? And they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth, man. Right? So they, hey, man, that in that day, the beasts of the earth, the fowls of the heaven, they gonna think it's the best thing ever. They gonna be eating good, man. Right? You got it, King.
Hey, man, not only the animals gonna be running around mad. Oh, brother Salakia. Brother Asher wanted to hop on real quick. Can you you got it out for a second? Let me just do this for the brother.
Just to go into it even more, right? We talking about how the animals gonna be eating good. We talking about a time of great famine where a lot of people gonna be dying of famine. You're gonna have men eating good too, right? You're gonna have men eating other men, other dead bodies. A man might turn the corner and see dead bodies, and he might kind of start scraping it up, man, to feed his family, man. Right? Because we just went through accounts to show how women were boiling their own son. Right? So I'm gonna bring this out. Let's go into the book of Ezekiel, chapter 5. Right? So this is the book of Ezekiel, because it's nothing new under the sun. If they were eating their own kids back then when the famine came, hey, the same thing gonna come to pass in these last days. Right? So this is Ezekiel chapter 5 and verse 10. Therefore, the father shall eat the sons in the midst of thee. Right? So imagine that, man. Right? Fathers eating sons, man. Right? And it says in the midst of thee, right? In the middle of the damn street. Everybody gonna see it happening, man. Right? That's why, like we went into earlier, the so-called white man kind of they kind of make their movies and all these things off the Bible and things that happen in history, right? Because that's why the so-called white man got movies about cannibalism and things like that. I forgot what the movie called. What is that movie? I think it's the Book of Eli, man. Right? I think
Sister just put it on the comment board.
What you said, the Book of Eli?
Yeah.
Khan. They was kind of grabbing they was kind of setting traps to try to eat men. They try to eat Denzel Washington in that movie, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It says, therefore the fathers shall eat the sons in the midst of thee, and the sons shall eat their fathers, and I will execute judgments in thee, and the whole remnant of thee will I scatter into all the winds. The points I wanted from that is you're gonna have men eating men, women eating women, man. It's gonna be kind of hectic in that day. Shalom, King. Right?
Shalom.
I got one more precept. I'm gonna go back into the book of Jeremiah. Right? So, hey, man, imagine cannibalism, man. Right? Seeing brothers eating brothers in front of your face, man. Right? So this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 19 and verse 9. It reads, and I will make verse 9. And I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters, right? And they shall eat everyone the flesh of his friend and the siege and straightness, right? And it says, wherewith their enemies and they that seek their lives, so straighten them, right? So, hey, man, it's cannibalism in the scriptures, man. right? And, hey, nothing new under the sun. And the Lord calls everything that Salaki, the Lord requires everything that happened in the past to come back and happen in these last days, man.
God,
Right?
I got a precept for you.
That's kind of crazy. You got it, King.
God, this second Ezra chapter 16, verse 71. Did you bring this out?
Kyle, I brought it out.
Salakia. All right, so I'm gonna go to second Ezra 9. And second Ezra 9 and verse 7. Everyone that shall be saved, Salakia, everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and his faith, right? So everybody, all right, when like the brother was going into, man, all these dead bodies in the street, the damn zoo, a zoo of animals in your city, they released because there's no care, right? Everything is going out of control. The animals is eating the damn people, all right? Men are eating their damn children, right? The Lord said the ones that's going to be able to escape are the ones that kept his works and his faith, whereby ye have believed. It says, shall be preserved from the said perilous, right? So the Lord gonna preserve us in those perilous days, right? And shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. So the ones that survive this famine, that survived Jacob trouble, when all hell breaking loose and men running around in the street like madmen, spirit not, the Lord's elect, they're going to be preserved, man, by faith and works. You got it, Brother Asher.
Well, I bring up a quick point and going into what you're saying about only the elect, the people that the Lord chose are going to be saved in the last days. Here's 2 Ezra chapter 9 and going to verse verse 15. I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more. That there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. So only a few people are going to be saved in these last days. People are going to be killing each other. People are going to give up the faith. People are going to just flat out die by either gunshots, bombs, damn, alligators, wild animals,
Cannibalism.
anything. People can die by anything. People can die by pestilence. People can die from random disease. People can die of heart cancer. People can just faint to death. You get so scared you have a heart attack and die. Only a few, a remnant, barely anyone will be able to make it out the last days. We got another one in Luke chapter 18, verse. Luke chapter 18, verse. Luke chapter 18, down to verse 7. Yeah, let's start verse 7. Luke chapter 18, verse 7. And shall not God avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear along with them? The Lord is going to save his elect, where they may be. The Lord is going to save them, because they're crying to the Lord day in and night. Every day, every night, they're trying to make supplication to the Lord. That's what the elect are doing, baby. But bring it on, I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? So, there barely going to be no faith on earth. You barely going to see anyone who's going to be righteous on the last days. Now, there's a precept in the second Ezra saying that, I forgot exactly what it was, but it's saying that a city shall ask where. Oh wait, I know where it is. I know where it is. I'll just bring it out real quick. The second Ezra chapter 5. Second Ezra chapter 5, verse 11. One land shall ask another, and say, is Is righteousness that making a man righteous gone through thee? And it shall say, No. So there could be no righteousness in the land. Barely any. You'll barely be able to find a man of the Lord in these last days because wisdom can be cut out. And during those times, only those people who keep the faith, only those people who muster up the strength to continue to endure to the end are going to be saved out of those times, which barely could be anyone. There'll be 5 million, like damn, 8 million people in this world. Only 1 million got to be saved. Only 8 million people in this world. 500,000 be saved. We don't know, but the one thing for sure we do know that someone's going to be saved at the end, and that's 144,000. That's what we know for a fact, and a 1/3, but mainly the 144,000. But you got that.
Con, just to let me back on what the brother just brought out, man. Like he said, it's gonna be a lack of faith in that day when Yahweh shall return, man. Right? And I'm gonna stay in 2nd Ezra 5, and I'm starting from 1. And it says, nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, right? Speaking about the signs of the end, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in great number. So, like everything we were just going into, man, there's gonna be a lot of death upon the earth, cannibalism, right? Heart failure, right? Murder, man, right? And it says, damn famine, right? And it says, taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, right? So it's not gonna be brothers out here on the highways and byways bringing out the word no more. Like we was going into earlier, Israelite man, like with the knowledge and understanding, is gonna be like gold in that day, man. They're gonna be hard to find, man. It's gonna be hard to come across a man with the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the scriptures, man. Right? So it says the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith, man. The land is gonna be barren of faith. It's not gonna be too many people with faith in the Lord in that day, man. A lot of people are gonna wax faint. Right? And it says, Con, that's the only point I wanted on that. And I got another precept in 2nd Ezra, just to let me back off what Dan was bringing out, man. Right? About how some people gonna still be there in that day when Yahweh shall come back. Right? And you gotta really sit back and meditate on that, man. You talking about a brother that went through Jacob's trouble, famine, right? World War III, man. Right? In the Battle of Armageddon, seeing all the you get to see all these things, man. Right, that brother probably gonna be at his last heartbeat, man. And then Yahweh Shai and the angels just cracked the sky, man. Hey, for you to be there, standing there that day when Yahweh Shai come back, man, you had to go through a lot, man. That's gonna be a heavy lot, man. Right? It might seem like I mean, it is a mighty lot, but hey, for somebody to go through that, the Lord had to look at you like you was a strong brother, man. For him to put you through all that, and you still endure and keep the faith in the Lord, man. Right? But I'm gonna bring this out. This 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 25, and it reads, whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. So just imagine seeing all this happen, and you see the salvation of the Lord and the end of the world, man. Right? And you still standing, man. You never see death. Right? That's an incredible lot, man.
Precept.
That's a crazy lot, man. Right? And it says, and the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth, right? And the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning, right? Because you got a lot of brothers that's never going to taste death, that never tasted death since their birth, man. Through the regenerations, they never died. They just slept, got regenerated. They slept again, got regenerated, and in the last generation, man, they might see the return of Yahweh Shai, man. That'd be crazy, man. You know, hey, man, you endure Jacob's trouble and you endure World War III, right? You see all the nuclear missiles dropping and all that, and you end up still alive to see the sky crack, man. That's mighty. Y'all brothers got it.
I got a quick piece of real quick in 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 24. Know this, therefore, that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead. So the people who will be left behind those days, people who get to see the cherries come down, people who get to see the sky crack, firmament break open, the house shot coming down. People get to see that. People just get to visualize that. I mean, imagine it. Imagine seeing Yahushua coming down with the angels of heaven on chariots, destroy the nations below in World War III in the middle of a battle. Imagine see that. I mean, most people can't visualize that. Most people can't visualize that. I can't either. But if you were part of that moment, if you get to see those things, you're blessed, man. There's nothing else to say, but you're blessed. Because your forefathers want to see that, man. Oh, let me get this in Matthew. Matthew chapter 13, verse 15. Because your forefathers would die to see that. If Paul could see that, if Paul could see that moment right there and then, you see the sky crack and your house coming down, who knows what he would do? He may start praising the Lord. He just may, damn, he may start leaping with joy. Yeah. Oh, let me get this real quick. In First Matthew chapter 13, let's start verse 16. Yeah. Matthew chapter 13, verse 16. Well, blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. So, of course, I was talking about the time of Yahushua, but imagine seeing the prophecies that were spoken by the prophets fulfilled at that time. All the prophecy about destruction mystery Babylon, destruction of Gog and Magog. Just imagine actually seeing it, not hearing it, not prophesying about it. You just see it. Your forefathers want to see it. You think Jeremiah want to see that? Or you think Jeremiah want to see the salvation of his people? Jeremiah, of course, want to see that shit, man. Matthew, like Elijah want to see that. Samuel want to see that. David want to see that. Everyone want to see the salvation of people. Even the apostles want to see that. In Acts chapter 1, verse, let me get that real quick. In Acts, look at Acts chapter 1, verse. Acts chapter 1. What? Acts chapter 1, verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, would thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? So they are hoping for the kingdom of Israel. They're looking for it. They're waiting for it. They're waiting for Yahushua to come back. Like, yeah, he got to come back soon. He got to come back soon. And what he did, it was like, all right, the kingdom of him now? Can we get a kingdom now? Of course, they didn't get it at that time, but still, the point is, they're still looking for it. They're hoping for it. And we should be like that in the truth. And when people actually get to see at that time, and people actually get to see the kingdom coming down, and the people of God getting beamed down on the heavens, man, that's a blessed moment, man. But you brother got it.
So I got a precept. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, right? And all of these men that he named, from the apostles, all the way to, the men that's being patient now, man, that for them to endure and suffer just to get to the point of that hour to see Yahweh shine, it's going to be mighty. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. So we all, Salakia, Lord's willing, we are part of that number. We're going to escape Jacob's trouble. We're going to escape the famine. We're going to escape everything that is placed before us. Because some of us going to go into those FEMA camps and prisons. All right. Any obstacle that Satan throw in front of us, Lord's willing, we are part of that number. All right. We're going to escape from it, man. Right. Just to make it to that hour to be in front of Yahweh Shai, man. Right? It says, which shall come upon the earth. Salaki, I'm gonna start from the top. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Right? Behold, I come quickly. So it's not going to tarry. All right. It may seem a little long to us because we in the flesh and we weary, but time is flying by. The scriptures also said that I will shorten the days for the sake of the elect, right? Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So you got something very important. All right. You got this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Don't neglect it. Don't go back into the world and give up on the Lord, man. Hold on to this with all you got. Because after you escape all of these troubles, the Lord gonna give you that crown, man. And that goes for you sisters too, man. All right. So we gotta do what we gotta do, man.
Con, and I just wanted to go into this real quick, right? So this Cyrex 41 and verse 3, because a lot of people, they hear about these prophecies, right? They start hearing about war. They start hearing about how you might have to be persecuted or put to death. A lot of people they get kind of fearful in the spirit, man, right? But we can't fear these things, man, because they must come to pass, right? So this Cyrex at the 41 and verse 3, and it reads, "Fear not the sentences of death. Remember them that have been before thee and that come after thee." Right? So we got to remember the accounts of our forefathers. A lot of our forefathers died for this ministry, man. Right? And it's prophesied for a lot of us to die later on in the latter times, right? And it says, "For this is the sentence of the Lord over all flesh." And that's the sentence of the Lord over all flesh, man. Right? And we read that it's going to be some brothers still standing in that last day, but on the mainfold level, most people is going to die, man. They're going to see death, man. Right? But we can't fear this thing, right? Because the Lord said this too, right? I'm going to go to Psalms 116. Right, and then Revelation 10, I believe it's 10:8, and you read on down, right? It goes into how when you first eat up this word, it's sweet in your mouth, and then when you kind of devour it, man, it get bitter in your belly, man. You start hearing about the prophecies. Oh wait, I gotta die in this thing. I may have to die. I may have to get persecuted. It becomes bitter for a lot of people, but we gotta rejoice in that, man. Right? So this is the book of Psalms, because a lot of brothers and sisters, man, they die for folly, man. Right? A sister might die because she riding with a damn brother that she know got a lot of beef and sell weed, right? A lot of brothers die for the name of a block, man, right? Trying to over a drug deal, man, right? How much more honorable is it to die for the Lord? You understand, right? Die serving the Lord, right? So this Psalms 116 and verse 15, and it reads, "Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints," right? So the Lord says it's precious. The death of his saints is precious in his sight, man. So it's a beautiful thing to die for the Lord, man. Right? And there was another precept I wanted to bring out. So like I wanted to bring this out in Matthew 20. Right? Because that's what comes with this ministry, man. Right? And I'm gonna get this real quick first. And then I'm gonna pass it to brothers and I'll go back in there. Right? Because this is the book of Acts, chapter 7 and verse 55, right? And it reads, because this is the spirit the Lord could put on you when you die. When you die for the Lord, hey, you might not even feel pain for all you know, man. The Lord might put a heavy spirit on you where you it probably feel good, man. Right? You never know, right? Because check this out. This is the book of Acts, the 7 and verse 54. "And when they heard these things, they were cut to the heart, and they gnashed him with their teeth." Right? So this is going into the death of our forefather Stephen. Right? He was stoned to death, man, for the gospel's sake. And it says, "But he being full of the Holy Spirit." So when he got delivered up, we read that, and I believe in the book of Luke chapter 21, right? It tells you that when you're delivered up, the Lord, you don't have to meditate on what you're going to say, right? Because the Lord going to speak, put the Spirit on you, right? So it says, "But he being full of the Holy Spirit looked up steadfastly into heaven and saw the glory of the Most High God and Yahushua standing on the right hand of the Most High God." So the Lord put a heavy spirit on Stephen when he was about to be put to death for his name, man. He looked up into the heavens and he saw the Most High God and he saw Yahushua sitting on his right hand. That'll set a brother on fire. A brother might have been scared as all hell. They about to walk to the guillotine, right? They kind of got the handcuffs on, and then they kind of look up and they see a spirit of Yahushua or an angel, man. Right? That's going to put that spirit on you, ready to die now, man. Right? So it says he saw the Most High God and Yahushua standing on the right hand of the Most High God. Right? So these are the things that the Most High could do for you in that day. Right? As long as you're still keeping the faith. And it said, "Behold, I see the heavens open and the Son of Man standing on the right hand of the Most High God." Then they cried out with a loud voice and stopped their ears and ran up upon him with one accord and cast him out of the city and stoned him. And the witnesses laid their clothes at the young man's feet, whose name was Saul. Right? That's talking about Paul. And they stoned Stephen, calling upon the Most High God, saying, "Lord Yahushua, receive my spirit." So he kept his faith unto death, man. He's getting stoned, and all he's doing is yelling out to the Lord, "Yahushua, receive my spirit," man. Right? That's how you know he had mighty faith, man. He had a mighty spirit on him. And it says, and he knelt down and cried with a loud voice, Lord, lay not this sin to their charge. And when he had said this, he fell asleep. That's mighty, man. Right? He getting stoned to death by his own brothers, fellow Israelites. And he said, Lord, don't lay this sin on their charge. They kind of don't know what they're doing, man. They kind of lost. Right? But that's the whole point I wanted from that is that, hey, you could be getting delivered up to death and the Lord put a heavy spirit on you where you might see Yahweh Shai sitting on the right hand of the Most High God, man. That's mighty, right? Y'all brothers got it.
I got a preset real quick. Let me see. This is Acts chapter 14, verse 22. Confirming the souls of his disciples, right? And exhorting them to continue in the faith, right? So, hey, we never know who we are. And in these last days, the Lord said that he would rise up the apostles last, right? But we got to exhort one another in these last days. It says, and to continue in the faith, it says that, and that we must through much tribulation. So it's going to get much worse before it get easier, right? Do much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of God. So through all of this stuff we fit to witness, right? Like Tupac said, it's gonna be hard to smile in the future, man. Right? But through all of this tribulation, the Most High is gonna take his remnant few, man, and they're gonna usher in the kingdom of heaven. So it's all gonna be worth it in those last days. All right, all this trouble, all right, famine, and all of this stuff that we about to go through. At the end, man, at the end of the race, the Most High got something special for us, man. Right?
I got a precept. Well, I got a couple precepts, actually. I get the first in 2nd Esdras chapter 2. Wait a second. 2nd Esdras chapter 2, verse 18. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things, and hope for wide. What they have done, they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide. So the point is, we suffer straight things. We suffer affliction, we suffer temptation, we suffer demons, we suffer the heathen. We suffer all these things, but our hope is for the wide. What's that? The reward, the kingdom of heaven. The hope for that. We're not hoping for things of carnality, things of the flesh that the wicked do. But we're hoping for spiritual things and things that are beyond this world. And the wicked who just don't want to be in the truth, want to be rebellious, want to be wicked, want to stay carnal in the flesh and then carnally mind, they're going to go to the same affliction that we do, but they're going to just die. They're going to get no reward. They're going to get no salvation. You're still dead. And they're going to die again. At the second death, when they get resurrected, they're going, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? Where's my weed at? Where's my blood? Where's my cocaine?
Vanity.
Next thing you know, they get blasted by a chariot and destroyed, burned up by nuclear fire. But the point is, we got to go through the same afflictions, but we have a hope of salvation. Let me get this precept real quick in 2 Timothy chapter 2. It's like in 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 12. Ye all that will live godly in the Mashiach Yahushua shall suffer persecution. So if you're in this truth, you gotta suffer persecution. That's plain. It just is what it is. You gotta deal with it. Let me get this precept as well in Matthew chapter 10, verse 24. The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. So just like Yahushua was persecuted, just like Yahushua was afflicted, just like Yahushua was beat down, spit upon, smoked, wrapped up, then stabbed, crucified, then all manners of evil happened to him. And we had to go through the same thing. Of course, maybe We're not gonna get persecuted, like we're not gonna get crucified now, but we're still gonna go through the same afflictions, same manner of distress, same manner of hardships. We're gonna go the same manner of things that Yahushua did during those times. We just gotta deal with it. Because that's our lot. Well, if it be our lot, but most of us are gonna be that lot. Most of us are gonna get persecuted, most of us are gonna be afflicted, and most of us ain't gonna make it. Because most of us didn't count the cost of them getting. Well, let me get this on Luke Jordan real quick. Because most people in this truth didn't count the cost. When they came into this truth, is it gonna be just fun? You gotta be like a fad. They gotta enjoy themselves in this truth. And you gotta be willy-nilly all pray. You gotta say all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua.
Yo, Salaki, Khan, that's a mighty point though, man. Cause I be seeing that a lot. Like you see that on social media, a lot of people just want to scream Kam Yashala, and they kind of don't really know what they in this thing for, man. That's a mighty point, man.
God, the scriptures say that he rather us to be in the house of mourning than in the house of mirth.
Right.
You got a point.
Yeah. Let me get the phrase real quick in Luke chapter 14, verse 28. For which of you intending to build a tower, sit not down first, account of the cost, for he have sufficient to finish it, lest happily he have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him. So you need to prepare for this. You need to build this because this is your goal. This is what's gonna happen to you. You gotta be ready for it, or you gotta be two things. You gotta be ready for it, or you're not gonna be ready for it. You gotta get destroyed, or you gotta endure it. Because that's the only two things you can do in these last days. And you gotta decide right now. Yeah, two choices right now: life or death. Are you gonna be part of this world, enjoy it while it lasts, and you get exterminated, you get obliterated off the face of the earth, and you give up? You stay down on the ground and not rate your spiritual good at all. Well, let me get this. Let me get this real quick in the book of Iraq. Chapter 35, verse 4. Thou shalt not appear empty before the Lord. That's plain. Don't appear empty before the Lord. Don't have no spiritual gifts. Before the empty are given empty things. Let me get this real quick. In 2 Ezra chapter 7, verse 25. And therefore Esdras, for the empty are empty things, and for the full are full things. So you're empty in this truth. You have no spiritual gift. You have no spiritual founding. You got no wisdom. You got no faith. You got nothing. Yes, a carcass. Yes, a dead, alive carcass. A zombie. You're in this truth. You are resurrected. And you do nothing with it, then you get destroyed again. Which is that's a bad lot. I'll just say that. Bad lot. Just be resurrected and do nothing with your resurrection, then die again. Oh, this is Jude.
Come on, go ahead.
All right. This is Jude, chapter 1, verse 12. These are spots in your feast of charity, when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. But most people are just in this truth, you just have no fear that the feast days getting turned up. We're not doing it for a righteous purpose. We're not doing it for the sake of the Lord. We're not doing it for the sake of exalting and glorifying the name of Yahweh. You're doing it to have a good time, to appease the flesh. It's saying, oh, it's just another party. It's just another thing I usually do. Instead of thinking that is a righteous, holy, and solemn love convocation. Because most brothers do that. You gotta watch those brothers. You gotta watch those brothers who only come on the feast day, only come one time out of the week. And then, like they only come one time out of the week. And the only time they come is the day before the feast day. The only time they come to camp is the day before the feast day. And when the feast day shows up, it's like, oh, I went to camp. I don't know what you're talking about. I went to camp. And the day before, it may be on the same day of the feast day. The new moon, new moon after camp. They only come to camp just to celebrate that feast day. Which is wicked, man. Read on. Clouds they are without water, carried about winds, trees without trees whose fruit was earth, trees whose fruit was earth, without fruit, twice dead, plucked up by the roots. So people are twice dead in this truth. Yes, dead, they're dead again. They came into this truth, became alive, and they died again because they came back to the flesh and failed to appease the Lord.
Salaki, and you got a good point. You know what? The men that do that, like you said, they just come around for the feast days and they ain't really in it. They in the house of mirth instead of, in the house of mourning. Their houses are actually being built off of sand, man. Instead of upon that rock, Yahweh Shai. So I got a precept. This Matthew chapter 7, verse 24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man. Because the men that's wise, they're going to keep the commandments. They're going to practice the righteous acts. They're going to have the faith. And they're going to be doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're going to be in the house of mourning because a wise man, right? He's in a mourning state. He's not happy. He's not smiling all damn day. All right, going to, party all on the weekend. And like the brother said, just coming around when it's a feast day so he can get himself a good plate, man. Right? It says, and I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. And that rock is Yahweh Shai. That wise man, he built that house upon that Yahweh Shai. And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man. So that man that's playing with the word of the Lord, right, and building his house up upon sand, he's a foolish man. It says, and they not gonna make it in the day of Jacob's trouble. The Lord gonna weak them out of there, right? It says, everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon sand, man. And
you muted,
oh, Salakia. Stop. Okay, so I'm gonna get 26. Everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon sand. So his house gonna be easily taken over, and it's gonna be thrown down. Be quiet, son. It's gonna be thrown down in the day of trouble, right? They will not be able to finish their cup of affliction. All right. So with that, you got it, bro.
I'm about to. That's the spirit that you said. How you ended it off. That's exactly what I was about to go into, right? So this Matthew 20 and 20, dealing with that cup, right? It says, then came to him the mother of Zebedee's, right, children with her sons, right? And it's talking about the sons of thunder, James and John, worshiping him and desiring a certain thing of him. And he said unto her, what wilt thou? Right? So you had the mother of the sons of thunder coming to Yahweh Shai, and she desires something of him, right? It says, she saith unto him, grant that these my two sons may sit the one on thy right hand and the other on thy left in the kingdom. So she kind of had a major request unto the Lord. She said, I want one of my sons to sit on your right hand and my other son to sit on your left hand in your kingdom, man. Right? And it says, but Yahweh Shai answered her and said, ye know not what you ask, right? It says, are you able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of? Right? So he said, are y'all able to drink of that cup, man? Y'all kind of asking for a lot, man. Y'all asking for a guaranteed spot in the kingdom, but can y'all drink of that cup, right? And the Lord said, that cup that I shall drink of, man, right? And it says, and to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with, right? And they said to him, we are able. And they told the Lord, hey, we able to go through what we got to go through to get to the kingdom, man, right? And then when you go to Acts, right, chapter 2 and verse 12, it show you that James died for the Lord, right? So this is the book of Acts, chapter 2 and verse 12, and it reads, and I'm gonna start from 1 to get the context. It says, now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church, right? And he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. So James told Yahweh Shai, hey, I'm able to drink of that cup, right? Hey, and he ended up getting killed by Herod with the sword, man, right? And I'm gonna get another precept. Right, so we gotta be able.
Salakia, that's deep right there, man. Yeah, you gotta be willing to go to depth for this thing, man.
God.
And
This 1 Peter 4:1, it says, "For as much then as Hamashiach have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind." So the same way our Lord suffered in the flesh, we got to arm ourselves likewise with the same the same mind, and look at Yahweh Shai as an example, man, that we got to be able to endure the same things that he went through. Because like I forgot which one of y'all just put it, but brother just put the servant is not greater than his master, right? So if Yahweh Shai was persecuted and was put to death, how much more is it impossible for us to go through the same thing, right? And it says that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of the Most High God, right? And I'm gonna bring out one more dealing with that same thing, right? So we got to look at Yahweh Shai like, all right, I gotta endure this because my Lord and Savior did it for me, man, right? So I gotta be willing to die for my brothers and sisters and ultimately for the Lord, right? So this is the book of Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 1. "Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so a great cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doeth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us." So with patience, we got to run this race, man. We got to drink of this cup, man, and endure, right? Because in Luke 21 and 19, it says, "And patience possess ye your souls." So that's the only way you're going to endure. And you, Dan brought out earlier, Cyrex 2 and 4, right? So don't make haste in the time of trouble, but have patience, man, right? And it says, verse 2, this is the point I wanted. "Looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith." So we got to look at Yahweh Shai as that example, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, right? Because for the kingdom of heaven is sitting on the right hand of the Most High God. The Lord endured the cross, right? And it says, despising the shame, right? And the Lord was spit on, right? He was beaten, right? The brother Uriah was just going to earlier, like, damn, he was passed into the hands of 3 men in that one day, man. I kind of ain't never know that. I gotta go watch the breakdown now, man. I never really perceived that, right? And it says he had the crown of thorns on, kind of stabbing him in his head, right? It says, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High, right? So this is the point. "For consider him that endures such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be weary and faint in your mind." So as long as you consider the Lord, like, all right, the Lord went through this, man. The Lord died for me, right? The Lord died for Israel, man, right? The only reason why I'm in this truth is through the blood of the Lord, right? So I got to go through this for my Lord and Savior, like my Lord and Savior did, right? It says, "For consider him that endures such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest you be weary and faint in your minds." And if you let the thought of Yahweh Shai leave your mind in that day, you probably not gonna make it, man. Right? It says, "Lest you be weary and faint in your minds," man. Right? So once you forget about what Yahweh Shai did for you, you might lose it all in that day, man. Right? You got it, King.
God. But make another point too. Well, people who are valuing your lives right now, people who are valuing your lives, saying they're living a good life, living a good, sweet, happy, merry life. And when Jacob's trouble comes, you want to keep that life, you're going off. Let me get this real quick. In Revelation chapter 12, verse 10, and I heard of love. Like, verse 11, Revelation chapter 12, verse 11. "And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death." So you can't love your life in this truth. You will be willing to sacrifice your life for this truth. Give all that you can for this truth. Whether it be your arm, your leg, whether it be your souls, your family, everything. You had to give all for the Lord and remain devoted unto the very end. Because whosoever shall save his life shall lose it, and whosoever shall lose his life for my sake shall find it. Now Matthew chapter 16, verse 23. So you can't be carnally minded is truth. Because you're carnally minded is thinking about things of the flesh. You're saying that, oh no, my life is gonna be at stake. I don't want to lose my life. I want to live. You ain't gonna live. You say you want to live, you're not gonna live. Because that's just a bad mentality. Oh, let me read this real quick. In Romans chapter 8, verse 5, "For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace." When people are spiritually minded, they're gonna be thinking about the fact that they're gonna die. They're going to know the fact that they're going to die. And they're going to rejoice at the fact that they're going to die. Because they're dying for the name of the Lord. They're not in the name to glorify the name of Yahweh above all things. Like Yahweh Hashem Yahushua above all things. They're not dying for themselves. They're not dying for their own vainglory, but they're dying for the Lord. But the people who get carnally minded, people who get carnal and say, damn, well, I don't want to die. I'm going to take the poison. Fine. I'll eat the pork. I'll eat the pork. I just want to save my life. I just want to live another day. Those people are going to get destroyed. People just want to save their lives. People just want to live another day. People just want to make it. You just want to survive somehow during Jacob's trouble and just avoid all the chastisement and judgment you have to do for the Lord. They ain't going to make it. They ain't going to make it, okay? Because they're strong for the world that get destroyed. Well, let me get this in Book of James. Yeah, look at it in the Book of James, chapter. Yeah, it's one thing about James chapter 4, verse 4. So, here we go. James chapter 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be afraid of the world is the enemy of God. So if you're loving this world, you're loving the things of this world, you live your life in this world, you live in the things that are carnal, things that are going to be perished, things that are just going to get destroyed in the last days. If you're loving these things, you want to keep these things with you, you're going to get destroyed by the Lord, because the Lord hates you. The Lord has enmity with you, because you're going off. Because you love the things that aren't of the Lord, but man, which is idolatry, actually. You love the things of man, things created by men, things created by men for men, rather than the Lord, and doing all you can for His sake. You're going off. So,
I got a precept.
Daddy, I'll go ahead.
Hold on, oh, you made a good point, because brothers is going that's lackadaisy now, right? They gonna be given into the king's idols, and like you said, they gonna eat the pork, man. They gonna put swine flesh in front of you so you can go off, man, willingly in that day. And this is second Maccabees chapter 7 verse 1. It say, and it shall come to pass also, the 7 brethren with the mother were taken and compelled by the kings against the law to take swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips, man. So the ones that try to rebel and serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the same thing that happened back then in the time of the Maccabees, it's going to happen here in America, man. Right? This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 9, verse 10. It says, so go in another room. This is Revelations 2 and 10. Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Right? So we don't get bent out of shape, right? And be willing to quit this thing, because all these things is put in front of you to suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. So in the time of Jacob trouble, we even gonna be cast into prison. And they gonna try to put that flesh in front of you, that swine flesh. Oh, you serve Yahweh and Yahushua? Nigga, you gonna eat this damn flesh. You gonna eat this damn pig, or I'm gonna knock your damn teeth out. And that day we're gonna be getting our teeth knocked out. They gonna be cutting off our fingers, man. Maybe chopping off our growings. You never know. A foot, they did it in slavery. How treacherous can this damn devil get now? Right? It says, the devil shall cast you into prison, that ye shall be tried, and ye shall have tribulation for 10 days, man. Right? Be thou faithful unto death. So even if we gotta lose an arm, go up under the guillotine, all right, be cast into an ocean, throw off a cliff, goddamn, what was happening to our forefathers? Right? They were damn persecuting them, man. Stoning them to death, drowning them, right, doing all kind of.
You had damn Mark I believe it was either 2 horses or 4 horses, but I believe it was 2, and they had 2 of his lambs connected to it, and then 2 of his legs connected to the other ones, and they made them run separate ways, and they kind of split his body in half.
All those treacherous acts that we see, right, when you read the Gospels, all that stuff is gonna be 2 times. It's gonna be worse, man. They gonna want to have their way with us. We know how this damn devil get down. You can see that when we got brought to America, and that wasn't nothing but just a couple hundred years ago. Let alone what happened in the Gospels. You're gonna be hanging us again, lynching us, right? And they're gonna be upset because sometimes they're gonna do certain things to us, and it's not gonna overtake us, man. Because we're gonna have that spirit on us, man. A lot of us gonna die a terrible death for you. How about Shem Yahushai? But overall, it's gonna be worth it in the end, man.
God, I got a precept though. It's 2 Chronicles chapter 5, verse 8. We are confident, I say, and willing rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. So we should be trying to strive to be with the Lord. We shouldn't be caring about our bodies. We shouldn't be caring about our flesh. Because that day we're going into, we're going to get afflicted in the flesh. Our flesh is going to be chopped off, scourged, burned, electrocuted, may get drowned, may get hanged. Anything can happen. We shouldn't be trying to care about our flesh. If we care about our flesh, we can never be with the Lord. We're basically restricting ourselves from going to the Lord, actually. Well, let me jump up to verse 1. 2 Chronicles, it's like 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 1. But we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of God, a house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens. For in this we groan earnestly, desiring to be clothed with our house, which is from heaven. So we're looking for our spiritual bodies. We're looking for the spiritual bodies. We can get to anything. In the spiritual body, we get control over the elements. We get control over our own flesh. We can control spirits. We can do anything in the spiritual body. Let me get that Philippians. Philippians chapter 3. Philippians chapter 3, verse 20. For our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself. So we get to subdue everything. When it says all things, it means all things. It means light, darkness, energy, ice, water, fire, people. We can control people. We can control souls. We can control spirits. We can control anything and everything. We can control by ourselves because we get that glorified body. But no. You want to stay this crappy, vile, polluted, unclean, unrighteous, wicked, disgusting, awful, just horrendous body you live in right now. It's good. It's just wicked. You get 10 times more in a spiritual body, but you want to stay in this fragile, this awful body for no reason. Because you will love your life. That's a sad lot, but hey, that's some people. You gotta deal with it.
We got precept too. This the book of the Let Me Back of what brothers bringing out, man. Right? It's a beautiful thing to lose the life of the Lord, man. And you should want to be in the spiritual the third heavens with the Lord, right? So this second Maccabees chapter 7 and verse 14. So when he was ready to die, he said thus, it is good, right? Being put to death by men, to look for the hope from the Most High God to be raised up again by him. right? Because the saints that get put to death in this thing, they only go to sleep until the day of the resurrection, man. We don't, Lord willing, we are part of that number. We don't see death, man, right? We just rest until the Lord come back and beam us up. And it says, to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life, right? And this was him talking to the he was telling the heathen they not gonna have no resurrection, right? And it says, do I want more on this? Like, that's the point I wanted. Brothers only go to sleep. You're gonna be resurrected in this thing, right? If you wanted the Lord's chosen, right? And I'm gonna go back to Acts. I brought this out earlier, but I just want to bring it out for this point, right? So this is the book of Acts, chapter 7 and verse number 660, right? Going back into the account about Stephen, right? And it says, he knelt down and cried with a loud voice, Lord, lay not the sin to their charge. And when he had said this, he fell asleep. So as you can see, it ain't say he was put to death or he died. He only fell asleep until a time. Because Stephen is one of the chosen. He's going to be beamed up, right? He's going to be saved. And let me go to Acts. Salaki, what did I just want? I believe it's 1 Corinthians 15, right? It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15 and verse number, Salaki, bear with me. I'm gonna start from 50. It says, 1 Corinthians 15 and 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God, right? So like the brother Asher was bringing out, we can't even inherit the kingdom of God with these fleshly bodies, man, right? We got to be changed into them incorruptible spiritual bodies. Neither doeth corruption inherit corruption, Salakia. Neither doeth corruption inherit corruption, incorruption, Salakia, right? So these corruptible bodies can't inherit the incorruptible kingdom of heaven, right? And it can't be beamed up into that celestial chariot, man, right? And it says, reading on verse 51, behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. So a lot of people, like we was going into earlier, they're not even going to see death. They're not going to be sleeping at that time when Yahweh shall return. But we're going to still all be changed. Those that's in the grave and those that still walk in the earth, right? And it says, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, talking about that seventh trumpet, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, right? Because the seventh trumpet is when Yahweh shall and the angels crack the sky, right? And it says, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. You see that? And that's plain, man. So we gonna all those saints that sleep in that day, they're gonna be beamed up, whether they walk in the Salakia. Those that sleep, and also those that still walk in the earth in that day. We need to be in them incorruptible bodies to inherit that kingdom, man. Right? You got it, King.
You want to go?
Go ahead. You got it.
I want to make a quick point. In the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 15, for righteousness is immortal. That's plain right there. Righteousness. You're a righteous man. You're a righteous man. That's truth. You're doing all you can to labor for the Most High God's sake. You're immortal. You got nothing to worry about. You're fine. And no matter what happens to you, you got a reward for your latter end. You're going to receive immortality. Because if you didn't receive immortality, then God will be, well, not to oppose what you would be, but God will be unjust. If God just let you suffer for no reason and then didn't reward you for your suffering, even though you had the faith, even though you're getting afflicted for his sake, even though you're dying for his sake, if God just let you just die, you said, well, that's what it is. You're dead. Okay. He just didn't care about you. And God will be unjust. Let me get to the Hebrews. Chapter 6, verse 10. For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and your labor of love, which ye have shewed toward his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. So God not unrighteous to forget your works. God not unrighteous to forget all the things you've done for his sake. God not unrighteous to forget the tribulation you go through. He will recompense us sure enough for all the work you did for him. Because you did it for his sake. You didn't do it for your own sake. You didn't do it for your own vainglory. You didn't do it for your own feelings. You didn't do it just to feel mighty or feel valiant or whatever. You did it for the Lord's sake. we get to 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 5. For as the sufferings of Mashiach abound in us, so our consolation also abounded by Mashiach. And whether we be afflicted, is for your consolation and salvation, which is effectual and enduring of the same sufferings which we also suffer. Or whether we be comforted, is for yourself, which is your consolation and salvation. So, if you're getting afflicted in this truth, whether it be now or they can get in trouble, you're going to be consolated for it. You're going to get rewarded for it. Whether it be by salvation, well, it is going to be by salvation. You're going to be rewarded for all your efforts, all your righteous deeds, all the charity you've done, all the righteous acts you did for the Lord's sake, and all the things you sacrificed from this wicked world, giving it to the Lord. You're going to get rewarded for it. And that ultimate reward is immortality, which is by, of course, the eternal bodies, the spiritual bodies, amen. But that's all I really want to say.
Calm. I'm gonna bring out a couple. This is gonna be my last couple joints, right? Through the spirit. I'm gonna go into the book of Daniel. Right. So, hey, man, Jacob's trouble is coming, man. Right, and we gotta kind of warn our people. Right, we gotta go into the prophecy sometime. And sometime a lot of people, they be like, hey, these brothers fear mongering, man. Right, I just want to hear about faith. I want to hear about mercy. I want to see y'all getting y'all boot kissed by the so-called white men. They don't kind of want to hear about the prophecy sometime, man. Right? So this is the book of Daniel. I'm going to get this real quick first in Psalms. Right? So this is the book of Psalms, chapter 34 and verse 7. And it reads, and Salakia. Let me see if I can find this precept real quick. Right? Because brothers got to bring out prophecy. Salakia, bear with me. Salakia, I probably gotta kind of Google this joint real quick. Salakia, bear with me. So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 19 and verse 9, right? And it reads, I'm gonna get straight to the point and get verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not, right? I am thy fellow servant of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. So you had John the Revelator trying to bow down to an angel. And he said, just relax, man. I'm your fellow brethren, man. Right? He said, worship the Most High God. And it says, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. Right? So the testimony of our Lord and Savior is the spirit of prophecy. So brothers got to go into the prophecies to because that's the testimony of Yahushua, man. Right? So we have to prophesy. Right? So now I want to bring these out. This is Psalms 34 and verse 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. Right? So, hey, man, we going into a lot of things about death, destruction, persecution, but we also have to understand, man, if you fear the Lord and you have true faith, the Lord got the angels that camp round about you, man. Right? And I'm going to read it, right? I keep paraphrasing it. Right? And no matter what you're going through, no matter if you see 1,000 bodies in the street, right? You see wild beasts running all around the place, right? You kind of out here by yourself as a pilgrim on the earth. The Lord said this, right? This is Isaiah 26 and verse 3. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. So no matter how much all hell breaking loose, you can't lose your mind in this thing, man. Right? What Cyrex say is nothing worse than a plague of the heart and a wicked woman, right? Roughly paraphrasing, right? So you don't want your heart to be plagued, and you kind of become a bug out on this thing because you're seeing a bunch of death and a bunch of malice going on around you, right? A bunch of peril. Right, the Lord said He'd keep you at perfect peace if your mind stay on Him, right? And I'm gonna get another precept dealing with the angels. Go back into Psalms, right? So you gotta always know the Lord gonna protect you, right? And brothers went into the precepts earlier to show you not to be the first thing you need to be doing when you're going through hardship is to call upon the name of the Lord, man. Right? Not calling your mom's phone, not your grandmother, right? Call upon the name of the Lord. And this Psalm chapter 91 and verse 11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. So even if you kind of running out here, don't know what's going on, you don't know where your next meal going to be at, you don't know where you about to sleep at, right? You kind of a pilgrim, right? Everywhere you turn, you smell dead bodies, right? You see a damn wolf a damn tiger eating dead bodies on every block that you turn, right? The Lord said, if you call, Salaki, he says, for he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. The angels is always with you if you believe, man. Right? And I'm gonna get two more. This is the book of 2 Kings. I'm gonna get 3 more. Salaki. This 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse 16. I'm not even gonna get this. I'm gonna get 2 more. I'm gonna go into Daniel. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 6. And we kept paraphrasing this earlier, so I'm just gonna bring it up. Let's look at Daniel chapter 6 and verse 22, I believe. Verse 6 and verse 22. And it reads, my God have sent his angel, right? And it's going into Daniel being cast into the lions then, right? Because he continued to serve the Most High God, even when it was the kings made a decree that he couldn't do it, right? He said, forget what the damn heathen talking about. I'm going to serve Yahweh, man, right? So it says, my God have sent his angel and have shut the lion's mouth, right? That they have not hurt me, right? So the Lord had the angels encamped round about Daniel, and they shut the lion's mouth so they wouldn't eat him, man. And it says that they have not hurt me, for as much as before him innocency was found. And that's a heavy point, because we gotta pray, man, to keep our garments clean in this thing. Salakia. Continue to repent to keep our garments white and keep our hands free of blood, man. Right? So that way the Lord can look at us like, hey, that's one of my innocent, man. Right? I can protect them in that day, man. Right? A lot of people don't ain't gonna have that they're gonna have blots on their garments, man, because a lot of brothers don't repent every day, man. So we gotta make sure we repent every day, man. Right? And it says, and also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt, right? But the point we wanted is that the Lord had the angels encamped round about Daniel, and they protected him, man. I'm gonna get one more. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, and verse number, I'm gonna start from 34, right? And it reads, and take heed to yourselves, right? And that's important. We have to take heed to ourselves. We have to constantly examine ourselves in this thing. Lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting, right? And it says, and that's going into like the cares of this world and drunkenness, right? And you don't want to end up being drunk with the wine of Babylon, right? And cares of this life, right? And you don't want your mind to be racing with cares of this life, man, worried about what's going on in the world, right? And it says, and so that day come upon you unawares, right? And if you do, Yahweh Shai gonna creep up on you unaware, man, right? For as a snare shall they come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth, right? And it says, watch ye therefore and pray always. So we need to be praying without ceasing, man, right? And we got to continually be watching, man, right? And it says that you may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, right? And we want to be counted worthy to be able to escape everything that's going to come to pass, man. All the destruction, all the famine, right? All the war, man, right? All the pestilence. And it says, and to stand before the Son of Man. And we definitely want to be accounted worthy to stand before Yahweh Shai, our Lord and Savior, man, our King, man, right? And with that, brothers got it.
All right, so I just want to bring out like a few precepts real quick, and I close my case as well. So this is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 6, right? Because through all the affliction, through all the troubles, and everything that we're about to go through, there is a solution to your hedge, man, to your protection. There's certain things you got to do now that's going to secure you later on, right? So this is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. So you got to seek the Lord now, right? While you hear this breakdown, while you see brothers and sisters going out there teaching and this information is available, you got to seek the Lord now, man. Don't wait till the last minute. Try to turn to the Lord when all hell break loose and we in Jacob trouble now, man. Right? So this is Hosea chapter 5, verse 15, right? And it reads, I will go and return to my place until they acknowledge their offense. So you got to acknowledge your offense. Go to the Lord, pray, right? Admit your sins, right? Turn away from them. Don't go back to it, all right? Study and wear out the Bible, get the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? Ultimately, right? You got to make sure you got faith in Mashiach and show love to your brother. That charity is important too, right? And it reads, acknowledge their offense and seek my face in their affliction they shall seek me early. So we got to find the Lord while he may be found and seek him out early, man. Right? This is the solution, man. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 3. Blessed be God, even the Father of our Lord Yahweh Shai, the Father of mercies, and our God of all comfort. So in the Lord we may find comfort. Through the trials and tribulations that's about to occur, you should be seeking out the Lord. Verse 4, who comforteth us in all our tribulation. The Lord is going to comfort you in all your tribulation. Did not the Lord comfort Daniel? Did not the Lord comfort Job? And everybody else that believed in him, they were not confounded. It says, who comfort us all in our tribulation, that we may be able to comfort them which are in any trouble by the comfort wherewith ourselves are comfort of God. So no matter what you're going through, at the end of the day, you got to make sure that you have that faith in Yahweh Shai, and you got that works, man. That peanut butter and jelly, as we always call it, man. Right? And we seeking out the face of the Lord while he may be found, because in that latter time, the Lord is going to do something that no one has ever seen for his elect men, right? This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up. So the ones that believe and never fold, right? That endure to the end. You did it. Right? It says, and in that time Michael shall stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble. So the Lord, in the time of all this trouble, all this mayhem, and all this chaos that's going on the earth, right? The Lord is going to send down Michael, because we're going to need his help. And the only people he's going to protect are those that seeked out the face of Yahweh Shai and constantly endure to the end, man. Right? So with that, if Brother Asher got something, he can go ahead and end it off, man.
I think got some little precepts real quick. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 5. Who's will keep the law of the Lord? One precept. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 5. There we go. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 5. Who's will keep the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discern both time and judgment. So if you're keeping the commandments, you're gonna be fine. Like I was saying before, nothing gonna afflict you. No evil is gonna happen to you. Don't be scared. Don't be nervous. Don't be fearful, because nothing gonna happen to you as long as you're keeping the commandment. I get another one. The book of Cyrex, chapter 33, verse 1. Cyrex chapter 33, verse 1. There shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord. When temptation, even again, you will deliver him. You will deliver him. So no matter what, if you have fear for the Lord, if you're hoping in the Lord consistently, day in and day and night, you're not gonna be tempted. You're not gonna be fearful. You're not gonna be suffering evil, because no evil shall come upon you, no matter what. As long as you believe that, of course. I guess book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse Proverbs chapter 29. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong page. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 25. The fear of a man bringeth a snare, but whoso putteth his trust in the Lord shall be safe. So you trust the Lord, you're safe. No matter what happens, no matter if a bomb goes off, no matter if the army men arrives right outside your door, like right outside your room door, not outside your house, right outside your room door. You have trust in the Lord, you could be safe, no matter what happens. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe. So you have trust in the Lord, again, you'll be safe. You go to the Lord. Don't dial on the Lord. Don't just go, I'm just going to slowly walk to the Lord. I'm just going to slowly call upon the Lord. You say, Yahweh, help me, please. I'm in affliction. Don't do that. Don't go say, oh, I just need a little bit of help. I'm in affliction right now. There's a policeman outside my door. He's gonna shoot me and he's gonna kill me. I need some help. Don't do that. Don't be that whoopee. Don't be that whoopee, sorrowful man. Call upon the name of the Lord with all your might, all your strength, all your power, and run to Him. Go for Him. Don't dawdle. Don't slow down.
Got a quick precept before you go into your next genre, real quick, King.
Okay.
Just let me back in exactly off what you just said. It's Cyrex 43 and 30, right? It says, when you glorify the Lord, exalt Him as much as you can, for even yet will He far exceed. And when you exalt Him, put forth all your strength and be not weary, for you can never go far enough. You got it, King.
God. Point being, you got to put all your strength to praise the Lord, all your strength into calling upon Him for help and assistance. If you don't, He's not going to help you. You don't put all your strength to do it. You're not trying the most you can to just ask the Lord for help. He ain't going to hear you. You're going, huh? What you say? Speak up. I can't hear you. Then you go with that all day. You're just whispering, just quietly whispering. And you're not calling upon the name of the Lord. I don't care if there got to be men outside your room, either men outside your house, they're upstairs. I don't care. Like, just call upon your name of the Lord and exalt His name. Because if you get fearful and faint-hearted, He ain't gonna help you. Okay? This is Psalms 37, verse 3. Psalm 37, verse 1. Psalms 37, verse 1. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. We shouldn't be envious. We shouldn't be jealous. We shouldn't be how do I say this? It's envious. You shouldn't be envious or scared or saying like, damn, those heathen are doing better than I am right now. Man, they have food. They're in the FEMA camp. They have food. They have water. I have nothing.
Salakia, I got a precept, King, before you continue on. It's Sirach 2 and 13. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he be not defended. So the one that become faint-hearted, like the brother said, you all weary in the mind, man. The Lord said, I'm not going to defend you. You got to be confident in your how about Shem Yahushai. No matter what's about to jump off, you got to know that the Lord is going to be there. Look how confident Daniel was when he was going into the lion's den. He ain't go, oh, man, I'm done, God. It's over. How could you do me like this? Nah, he got on his knees and he prayed to the Lord, all right, that he may protect him. And he was very confident. Don't go to the Lord praying and confused. Don't be going to the Lord and not sure if he's hearing you. You have to be confident. That's what this whole thing is about. Confidence, believability, faith, man. Because if you faint in these last days, you will not be defended, man.
But let me get another precept. I got like there's 3 more precepts left, then I'll be done. But let's get into Colossians real quick. What we're going into, man? You gotta be confident. You gotta do all you can for His sake. Because as it says in Colossians chapter 3, verse 23, and whatsoever you do it heartily, as to the Lord, not to men. The way you do in this truth, you gotta do heartily in this truth. You gotta do all you can for this truth. Can't just go half stepping. Can't be lukewarm. Going You're not gonna make it if you do that. You're running a race and you go half stepping every time. You don't run, you jog. Everyone bolting down the finish line, you go you expect you're gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it.
Salakia, like Paul told us to press towards the mark, not no damn half step towards the mark, man.
But the point is, then you gotta be faithful in these last days. Because you're not, it's a damn shame for you. But this is Book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 25. I have been young, and now I'm old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. So, doesn't matter what happens. If you're righteous, you're not going to be begging for bread, you're not going to be looking for food, you're not going to be starving. Well, you could be starving, but the point is, you're not going to be worrying about anything because the Lord's taking care of you. And you know the Lord's going to take care of you because He said He's going to take care of you. And you believe that fact. So even though you may be starving for like a day or 2 days or 3 days, you know you're going to get food eventually because the Lord said He will feed you. But let me get this last precept in the book of James. Chapter 1, verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation. When he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord had promised to them that love Him. If you remember that precept, that no matter how much you're tempted by Satan, how much you're tempted by the heathen, how much you're tempted by the wilderness, or fear, or the flesh, or carnality, or whatever, no matter how much you're tempted, if you have faith, you have belief, and you endure that temptation to the very end, you got a crown of life waiting for you. And you just gotta keep that in mind, have that in mind, no matter what happens. But that's all I want to bring up.
You got anything else, Brother Keith?
Bro, nah, man. That was a beautiful way to finish it, man.
Calm. With that, we're gonna say Shalom. How about Shimmy Shai? Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All right. We give thanks to all those that stopped by and heard the mighty words of the Lord. All right. Until next time, peace and blessings, family.
Shalom.
Shalom.